everyone, Old School Pokemon here, back again with the Pokeflipz podcast, joined by my usual co-host, KetchumAllCollectibles Dan. How are we doing today, Dan?
I'm hanging in there. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing well. Trying to be productive. It's not working too well.
Yeah, I slept very late. I had some visitors. I had some visitors overnight. Mr. Spat, Mr. Bierski. They came up from New Jersey. They brought me more Perfect Order, Chaos Rising, and Pitch Black than I would wish on my worst enemy. So they brought a carload of excess stuff that isn't moving that well. I think it's moving fine in the shop, but yeah, they traded. They traded a carload of the last 3 sets for a vast array of things for Bierski's shop.
There we go. I saw he closed today to restock.
Yeah. Yep. He's on the restock, so it'll be a nice fresh inventory if you're around the Belvedere, New Jersey area.
There we go. There we go. That'll be good.
What have you got going on?
I don't have anything. I haven't mentioned it at all. I should do it. That should be my video for tomorrow. Me getting a puppy. Yes. I did get a little puppy. You guys, I don't know if you can. Maybe if I move the camera down. I did get a little puppy. Reveal? She's sitting right in my lap.
Oh, there she is.
So I got a 9-week-old Yorkie. When was that? That would have been almost 2 weeks ago now. So she's 11 weeks now.
Must have been like the day after Pokeflipz or something, right?
Yeah. It was the Saturday after our last Pokeflipz is when I got her. Nice. So yeah, I've been busy with her. I forgot how much work puppies are. They were a lot of work because the last puppy we had was I was like a sophomore in high school. So like my mom and dad did everything, and I just remember all the good times. But they were a lot of work.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. I did get to meet her. I put in our title National Recap. We did both go to the National last weekend. I was out at Mr. Old School Pokemon's apartment, and I got to meet the pup. So that was cool. She's the first picture you sent me was just without context. It was like her against a plain background or whatever. No items for like a size reference. She's tiny, but she's awesome. Yeah.
She is very small. But yeah, so I got
so old until you don't count its age in weeks. I feel like at 12 weeks you start saying 3 months. That's probably the plan.
Yeah. That's probably it. So we got another week. Oof.
Hold on, I gotta see. I'm 1,880 weeks old myself. Ish.
Man, you're old over there.
I played one game, and I thought I got a decent score. Grimer played first, and I wrecked his score. I think he played again and beat it. I saw a few people play, and almost all of them beat my score, I think. So my score was not that great.
You didn't get the high score. We'll say that.
No.
We'll say that.
No, it was fun though. It's no Snap Station, but it is cool.
I like it. I haven't played it. I haven't turned it on in weeks. But it is nice to have. It is still nice to have.
Is it going right to the shop when the shop opens?
I don't know. I don't know if I want it at the shop because I feel like people aren't going to take care of it. So it would be really cool to have there. I think people would love it. But I don't know. We'll see. That's still to be determined.
I feel like that's the play. I think you put it there, you make it like $2 a play, and get that baby to pay itself back.
There we go. There we go.
Just got to
I'd
keep a
have
bunch
to
of
get one of
quarters.
those. I'd have to get one of those little quarter belts.
Yeah.
little change machine to put on my belt.
That would be amazing. $5 for $4 worth of quarters. You got to upcharge them on the quarter.
There we go. There we go.
if they don't come prepared, I feel like the dispensing from the coin holder would be worth $1. I mean, easy.
Oh God, that'd be ridiculous. That would be ridiculous.
But yeah, so national recap. What were your big takeaways, if any, from the national? If anyone out there in the YouTube space went there, let us know what you thought in the live comments now or the comments afterwards. But yeah, what was your thoughts? That wasn't your first one, right?
No, I went last year. I went to last year's, and it is a lot of fun. It is a really good time. I don't necessarily think I would travel to it, but where it's 20 minutes down the road, it is really nice.
Go. Yeah.
What was that?
It would be hard to not go if it was 20 minutes down the road, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So we went on Wednesday to drop off our CGC submissions there for the in-person grading, and then walked around Wednesday. I was actually surprised by there was it's obviously it's a sports card convention. So there's a ton of sports stuff there, but there was a decent amount of Pokemon there, I thought. We bought me and Walrus went in on 200 Magikarps together, the Korean Magikarps. So we were able to buy those. And then there was one vendor booth that was a shop in, I forget the name of the shop or where it was, but they were in like Minnesota or Wisconsin or something like that. And they had a bunch of cheap singles, like the $5 to $10 range singles, really fair pricing. And then they were doing, if you bought 5, you got 20% off your order. So me and Walrus went through. They had like 5-row boxes full of singles. So we went through there and we picked out probably a couple hundred singles. Spent a couple thousand with them. And then what else did I buy? Oh, I should have brought it so you guys can see it. But I bought a. It's a red tape Obsidian Flames pack. The Charizard artwork.
Let us know, chat. What would you value? What would you value a Obsidian Flames booster pack that has the tape where the roll had ended and they were supposed to replace it? I don't know what they do with those. Like they must just try to pull them off the line as they see them, but like that's not intentionally making it out into
I would imagine. You don't see them very much. So I bought that for the personal collection. That was probably the most exciting purchase of the time. But yeah, so I thought there was a decent bit of Pokemon. We had fun walking around. It is cool to see everything.
I like how BB like that lowers the value for BB. What's market, like $8-10 or something? BB wants to pay like 50% of market. I like it. Might be the best buy of the weekend.
Yes, I see. Thank you, Grimer. Thank you. But yeah, that was Wednesday, and then I went back on what day was that? That was Saturday. Was that Saturday? Yeah, because you guys came Saturday, right? Yeah. So I went back on Saturday just to pick up our CDC submission. And that was a mistake. So Wednesday was busy, but it was a half day on Wednesday, so it wasn't like packed. Saturday was unbelievably packed. They have a whole parking garage that's connected to the convention center. That whole garage was completely full. So I had to park. They had like another secondary parking lot that they were having people park in. It was wild how many people were there on Saturday. So I just went in, picked up the CDC submission, and left right away because it was way too overwhelming. But yeah, what do you think of it being your first time?
I heard quite a few people saying that there was like no Pokemon, but if you had just removed all the sports and like if you had just condensed all the Pokemon into one space, it was tens of thousands of square feet of Pokemon. Like there was a decent bit just strewn about through there. I didn't go see like every table. What was it, 450,000 square feet? But yeah, I every time I was walking down the aisles to get to Fanatics, to get to eBay, to get to wherever I was going, I would try to take like a slightly different path and just see a couple different tables on the way. And there was definitely some of it. I didn't really try to wheel and deal. I didn't really like look closely and try to buy anything, but it was it was fun. It was a good time. Got to meet up with. I didn't end up running into my eBay rep, but I got to see my Fanatics people, and Fanatics actually had Thursday night. They had an event at a bowling alley. They just like rented out the whole bowling alley, and there was like an arcade and just free food, open bar. Like that was awesome. Thursday night was awesome.
Yeah,
I
that
bowled
sounds
like a
that sounds
97 or
right.
something. It was terrible, but I think I forgot to mention this at the outset. But as always, we are live for the next couple hours at least. Probably try to wrap by 4, if not maybe earlier. We'll see. But if you have questions, feel free to ask away as always. But yeah, yeah, the national was fun, and then obviously got to hang out with Nick, got to hang out, see Cam. Well, a lot of people. I'm not gonna start naming them all because I'll forget people. But got to see a lot of people.
You named the two most important people.
Yeah. And we did get a request. I don't know if you want to dox your doggo, but Eric wants to know the name.
I did get a dog. So I was her original name was Lexi. When I picked her up, and I was thinking about changing it, but I couldn't think of any other names. And she kind of already knew Lexi, so I decided to stick with that.
I did like the suggestion, Lily, like Lillipup.
That one was pretty good. That one was pretty good.
But yeah, she was Lexi to me while I was there. So even if you did change her name, she's always Lexi to me. But yeah, we had some excitement for the doggo in the chat, which obviously I have mine here sleeping beside me too. She won't fit in my lap, but
she could fit in your lap. You just might not be able to see you.
Yeah. At some point, I'll have to get her on screen. She's definitely been on YouTube a couple times. Grimer did an in-person drop-off as well. That was one thing. PSA had in-person for what, like $250? And the first day of the show, I think they closed that down because they just got overwhelmed.
That's wild.
Yeah, I mean, especially with it being mostly sports. Like, I think there was a couple new sports products that had just dropped, and it's shocking that they would have even opened it up with anything less than $500. I think after the first day, you could still turn it around within the show if you went a lot higher. I think they had some services that were like 1,000 or more, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them selling out in a day was crazy. Grading is I don't know how we're gonna get back to regular grading. Because PSA, like you said, they shut down day 1. CGC shut down on Friday, which CGC was charging. They were really cheap, so that made sense. They still had their $90 tier available, but the $30 or $35 tier was already shut down. Beckett, I don't know if they shut down at any time, but I know we saw because Walrus was going to drop some stuff off with Beckett. And so we went by their booth, and they had a massive line. And then later on, I saw an Instagram story that the line was 2.5 hours long. That's wild.
I ain't about a 2.5 hour line. No, that's
no.
rough.
That's like a quarter of your day at the show, just sitting in line. Yeah. That's absurd.
Yeah, that's dark. They actually did too. I mean, I think it was news yesterday, right? They closed their value and bulk tiers or whatever they're called, but they closed their 2 cheapest tiers temporarily.
That's another thing that's wild, because now you have PSA closed, Beckett closed, Tag is closed, so now you got the last man standing, CGC. They have to shut down at some point. It's only a matter of time.
You would think, but yeah, it's I mean, we'll know we're really booming if and when Rudy has to shut down his lowest tier.
Oh God!
one of the 8 PCG companies. Yeah, Tag's been closed for a bit. I want to say Tag, their lowest tier is like 150. Because Java, shout out to Java, he made that video. He made that video teasing the robots, how they're not consistent and all that. But yeah, I think he paid 150 to get those last cards through.
It was an expensive video. Oh, Walrus says AGS is still open. Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
That's one you don't hear about. You don't hear about them at all anymore.
I think I follow them on Instagram, so I see like a couple things here and there, but I there must be a repacker or two that uses them, because they do have like per gem rate. I think I just saw on Instagram they're like the 4th highest from what gem rate tracks. I think it's PSA, CGC, BGS, AGS. They're above Tag. They're above SGC, I believe, is also on that tracker too. But Rudy claims that he would be, I think, above Tag and below AGS, somewhere in that vicinity, I think.
Okay.
CGC closes over under by August 15th.
What's today? Today's the 6th. I'm gonna I agree with Julia. I'm gonna say it's later than that, but not much. If you said the end of the month, I would agree with you.
I was gonna say before the end of the month, probably. I wouldn't be shocked if they were to close their lowest tier. But did PCG? I think PCG still has. There's like a $50 tier, but Rudy advertises that one code to do the $50 tier for $20. So like I submitted my first cards. At some point I'm gonna make a video. I want to wait till I get the cards back. I'm gonna tear them up over having 310s and still having a 9.5. I'm definitely gonna give like my unfiltered thoughts. I would like to see them succeed, but the scale is just asinine. The scale is so dumb. But I'll be interested to see how it goes.
You're just a Nostalgianomics copycat over there.
Yeah.
He posted. I haven't seen it yet. He posted a video yesterday about the same thing, trying out PCG.
I saw that. Yeah. It's Rudy, so it's like I want to try. I want to see. I have seen the slabs in person. One of my local shows actually. One guy had quite a few of them. He had 20 or 30 in his case, I think. I'll give my thoughts in video form, but like, it's the market has a lot of options, and unfortunately, there's about 8 of them named PCG already, which is dark. If you search on eBay, which I'm gonna do in my video, it is so ugly. Like you see 10 slabs before you see his. It's really bad.
Yeah, they got to do something with the name there. That is because the other PCG is just all 10s. That it's such a fake green.
Well, there's like 8 of them.
Is there?
In Discord voice the other day. I must have been last week actually. Or no, it wasn't in voice. It was just in Discord. But people were talking about it, and I was gonna have to do it for my video anyways. So I was just like, hey, why don't I do the work now? I went through eBay like the first 2 pages. I think I found like 6 different PCGs.
Jesus.
And of PCG Pokemon, his search was like less than 10% of the results. Like very, very dark. So ugly.
Oh, that's not good. That's not. Why PCG? Why is that such a popular? I wonder why.
Premier card grading, premium card grading, I think is one. Like there's just card grading, and then you got
Yeah,
the
that's probably what it
pristine
is.
card grading, I think is one. I can't remember what they all are, but UAP said he would rather send a tag. I sent the tag once, so it's like
Ooh.
I had my fill. I don't want to send to either at all. Like I sent once the tag because it exists. They grade tens of thousands of cards a month. It's like it feels like it's worth sending one to just see how it goes. But no, tag was dark. I am not going back anytime soon. If Fanatics were to start taking them, maybe I would send a little bit, but like I don't see the need. PSA has my participation trophy 10, and then CGC has the chase for the 10. Beckett has the chase for the 10 where people just lose their minds and pay stupid money. So I've got all my bases covered with just those 3.
I'm the same way. I'm the same way as you.
Bullish on PCG. It's for true collectors that don't sell. True collectors just leave their cards raw. And again, I guess I'm gonna spill my whole video, but like I think 2 things can happen. Rudy's company, I don't think is gonna take over the space. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere above where it is. Maybe it'll get ahead of tag. Maybe it'll be like the 4th one. I don't remotely see it. This feels like the coldest take of all. But like I don't remotely see it taking over PSA or CGC, not even BGS. Simultaneously though, he could grade 50,000 cards a month and he could print relentlessly. Putting a card in a piece of plastic for $20, that is so expensive. Like in the world that we're in now, in today, with all the closed tiers and everything, it feels like value. And that's kind of how and when CGC was born. CGC was born into a crazy space where PSA was functionally closed. But it's just, yeah, he's going to get a little bit of help because there's not many options out there otherwise. But 20 is not cheap. Like we will someday, not someday soon, but we will someday be grading for under 15 again with the big companies, I think. I mean, CGC still is. What is CGC bulk if you go direct?
I
12?
don't know.
12 to 15, I guess, depending on.
I think it's 12 or 13. Somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember. Remember when? I think PSA was shut down at that point. But remember when someone reached out and said that CGC might be closing? No, they didn't close. It was something where they were going to get flooded with cards, so to send a bunch. And so I think I got a couple thousand cards at that point, maybe like 1,500 or so. And I want to say it was like $7 a card back then. That was nice.
Yeah, I remember when it became obvious that the companies were going to close, I chucked over 10,000 cards into the CGC backlog. I chucked over 10,000 cards into the PSA backlog. I definitely did my part on extending those timelines drastically. We were robbed of FTG. We just needed floppy taco grading, and then
that would have been really good, actually.
Yeah, if we had FTG with a 1 to 10 scale with no half grades, that would have been the play. Because like CGC and BGS both have that same market of like, hey, we have the easier 10 and then a very hard 10. Whereas PSA just gives them away. I think somebody just like, why not just be 1 to 10 with no half grades? PSA mostly has no half grades, but occasionally I just feel like, hey, F this guy, 8.5, 8.5, 8.5,
Yeah, exactly.
out of nowhere. But yeah, that's literally all anyone wants. I mean, and BGS and CGC don't do it either. We either need a 1 to 10 no half grades or a 1 to 10 with a second premium 10 with no half grades. Three tens while still having a 9.5 is just ridiculous. That's so insane.
That's a lot.
It's so insane. But yeah, I'll be interested to see. I would love to see him be grading a couple 100,000 cards a month. One, because it'll if it takes some amount of business, it'll speed up the other ones, right? It'll help their backlog unfurl sooner rather than later. But at the end of the day, like, I don't care. PCG, BGS, PSA, CGC, tag. I don't care about others' opinions. I know how to look at a card myself. I know how to grade a card myself. And there's just not another company that I'm going to trust and value their opinion more than my own. But we live in a world where people care about other people's opinions, and people love paying crazy premiums on all these companies. And given that there's 3 10s, like, that better go for a big premium, because it's probably very hard to get. And honestly, if you just auction it, it probably won't. Because who's searching it? Like, who's searching it? And even if they search it, they're going to find the other 8 companies' 10s, not his.
I think the only searches they get are people that are curious. I don't think people are actually searching, looking to buy these cards.
Yeah.
I can't see it. I don't see it at all.
I think there's a lot of people firing right now. I think there's a lot of people filling up the CGC backlog. So I don't submit anything direct at all. I haven't submitted a CGC direct in a long time, but I do a bunch through CGC Fanatics. Talking with them. So for anyone unaware, like, Fanatics has graders on the site in Oregon, and they haven't slowed down yet. With CGC upping the price, my CGC Fanatics has still been $8.50 for quite some time. I think that's changing soon. I think that's going to go up next month, but I haven't heard on that yet. But talking with Fanatics, they're going to be scaling that a lot. They're going to be, like, I've been shocked that it hasn't slowed down generally. From maybe it's drifted up a little bit. Most times from when you send to when you get grades is 4 to 5 weeks. I've had more people lately drifting up 6-7 weeks, but still the occasional. Every so often there'll be one that's done in 3 weeks, just out of nowhere. But yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see if that gets slowed down a lot, because that is distinctly different. It's different graders, theoretically trained to the same parameters, but it's different graders than the ones in Florida. CGC should replace 9.5 with almost 10.
Ooh, there we go.
Yeah, so Fanatics has their own CGC graders there. I doubt that the CGC graders in Oregon fly back and forth from Oregon. Like, I think they just fully live and only work in Oregon. I could be wrong. Maybe they go to Florida to get trained or whatever. But yeah, Fanatics has exclusive on-site graders for sure. $13 bulk grading through Gem Inspector. So CGC Direct is in that $12 to $15 range. Sounds like that's news to me. That's actually nuts. Yeah. That's been the case for over a year. I think for a little bit over a year, I've been offering that service, and they've had it for longer than that. They do PSA and BGS as well, but like, you send to them, they send there, and then they come back, and so it takes longer. But CGC bulk through Fanatics is quicker than CGC bulk direct, I think. I'm not positive though. You guys submit bulk to CGC.
It would make sense. Yeah, they're a couple months at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, for the most part, CGC Fanatics is like 4 to 6 weeks. I live like an hour from where the Fanatics CGC stuff is sent. You think they'll hire me? I mean, maybe. They're definitely expanding. They're expanding. So yeah, fire up your resume and chuck it over to them. We need inside people at all these companies.
Yes.
We've been saying it for years now, but like we need an inside man at a printing facility. Those exist now. I mean, I think they've always existed to some extent, but I know people meme on him for the Q1 reprints and some of the different takes that he's had, whatever. But that non-TCG, I mean, he says in his videos that he emailed to himself, whatever. He has insight into people that work in the print facility. And I mean, that's extremely valuable information. But I'm sure, I'm sure there are some people that have access to that and use that to some decent extent. Have you heard anything from your distros about the reprints yet on Destined ETBs?
I have not. No, I haven't. I haven't heard anything about that. I heard it from Eli. That was the first time I heard about it. And then I saw some stuff on Instagram too, but I have not heard anything about it myself.
So I have an arrangement with somebody that I've bought from for a while now, where I get like excess product that's offered to him through his distro, and I'm getting like I have no idea the scale of his account. It's bigger than mine, but I'm getting like 20 cases of Destined ETBs through his distro. I mean, that's more than I get myself on a new set release, both of my accounts together. So it feels like the reprint is going to be decent size. What did Rudy say though? Didn't Rudy say in a video, or I think he was talking booster boxes though. I think Rudy mentioned he's getting like 6 booster box cases or something. I'm not even going to hold my breath on getting any of those, but I hope I do.
No, if Rudy's getting 6, I will get a booster pack.
Yeah. I hear things so late though, because like
I don't
this
know
other
how
guy
people hear about it so early. We must be the last people they call.
We are all the way at the bottom of the list. It's crazy. Yeah, I already know what's coming. Let me see what the other ones were, because there was a couple other items. Something Ascended, I think.
Oh, that's nice. That'd be nice.
Let's see.
They did already ship my Wave 2 of Pitch Black booster boxes. I haven't gotten those yet, but those just shipped.
I think mine are landing tomorrow, yeah. Oh, 90 booster boxes. Okay. So 15 cases.
That's a little bit better.
Has Fanatics pushed more to spread out your auctions throughout the week? So Fanatics currently, like, I think it's pretty common. Golden will sometimes have a block that ends on like a Thursday, but I think for the most part they end on Sundays. I think Heritage can mix them up too. But like I know James has talked about the potential for changing it up. But James is Sunday to Sunday only for auctions. And then Fanatics goes Thursday to the following Sunday. They go 10 days. And I wouldn't be shocked if something were to change on that front. I guess I'll say it that way. I wouldn't be shocked if someday Fanatics were to change something up. They've talked about like the burden on their whatever, on their system, on their servers or whatever. Over the past couple of years, they've had a time or two where they've had to like kick the block to Monday to rerun it because like something glitched, something went wrong. But yeah, that's I think like it's something James has thought about. It's something that Fanatics has thought about. But as of right now, for the foreseeable future, I think it's going to stick with Sunday. But it wouldn't be shocking if that were to change at some point. I think it's good to have everything end at one time, because then people can check once a week and they can see everything that's available and they can put their max bids in, put their snipes in, whatever, and then be done. Whereas if you have it on like a rolling basis, it's just a little bit harder to track and manage. But like Voldemort does every day, DC Sports, Arizona TCG, most of the big consigners on eBay just do it whenever they get it, and it like every day they have auctions starting and ending. So yeah, I think, I don't know, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see if they and or James or anyone goes to different days or multiple days.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
CGC bulk is 7 months right now.
It feels like it. I haven't gotten a CDC return in forever. I can see it. It's got to be at least 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 months. So it's a long time.
That's crazy. Yeah, 850,000 cards last month too. CGC's on pace for 10 million cards. Like they're at 10 million card a year pace.
Yeah,
we are drowning the earth in plastic. Sorry. 150 business days. That's crazy. Yeah, there's only 260 business days in a year, minus holidays.
Jesus.
That's nuts. Nick, did you have Tom Brady sign your Squirtle?
No.
Was Brady there? He was at Fanatics Fest a couple weeks ago.
I don't know if he was.
It wouldn't be surprising.
I did feel that he was at Fanatics Fest.
Yeah. He like slapped Logan Paul or something. Some scripted.
That was so dumb. That was so dumb.
Yeah. I didn't seek out and attend any of the big celebrity type stuff. We just we went and we did. Maybe I'll do it for my video Monday, but I never recapped Fanatics Fest. Maybe I'll recap kind of Fanatics Fest and the National in one video on Monday. But we just did the things where you went and you kicked a soccer ball, you shot a hockey puck, whatever. I saw just because I was at Fanatics and he came in there, but that Jason Sudeikis. I'm terrible with actors. He's the one that I remembered him from. I think he's in some show that's big right now, I think. The one with the kid that has the no regrets tattooed on his chest.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that like We're the Millers or something? Yeah, We're the Millers.
Yeah.
It's the dad in that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. What exactly
closing incoming?
What exactly is Fanatics Fest? Is it like the National where it's people selling, or is it more like a Gen Con where it's just corporate booths?
So it's all Fanatics, obviously. But like there was a lot of vending. I guess in the past, this was my first Fanatics Fest. I guess in the past there was not much vending at all. There was a lot of tables. There was a lot of tables spread throughout the show. I brought that up to Fanatics and I was like, "Hey, where was our table offer? Where was our booth?" So next year we might have a table there. We'll see. We'll see how much pull I have. But no, it's like a lot of like the NBA had a setup there. There was a lot of FIFA stuff, a lot of World Cup stuff there because that was going on. The NFL had a big section, and like insurance companies, like I think like State Farm and Nation, like random things like that had booths, and it was a little weird. I guess I don't know exactly how and why, who was determined to go there, but tons of celebrities and athletes. They had a whole floor, like the lower floor was made for all that. They have like a WWE. I was never into it when I was younger either, but they had like the whole stage thing, and you could go. My daughter did it actually. you could go and you could pick from a menu of like 100 different wrestlers. You could walk out to their like intro music. And it
Oh,
was
that's
funny because
kind of cool.
there was this one guy who brought his own belt. It was funny because we watched this one guy do it like twice. There was no line because we were in the early preview thing, and he was just looping. So then my daughter gets up there, and I'm like, "Oh, is there like a belt for her to hold?" And they're like, "No, that's not ours. That's just his. He just brought one." But he brought his own belt, and he was doing like I think he just did like the whole menu. He was just doing like and he was doing whatever like intro dance they do. It was funny. Ted Lasso is that's the show that he's in. Couple questions coming. I'll star them and we'll get to them. When's the neighborhood kid coming on for a pod, Dan?
Oh,
Ethan might come on someday. We haven't had a guest in a while, have we? We're slacking in that department. Yeah. There's so many people we could have, and we could do a second or a third lap with some people too, but we're just lazy, especially during the summer. This is an afterthought. I messaged Nick the day before. It's like, hey, are you good with the normal time? And we've had a couple that we've had to move a little bit, but yeah. Ethan getting on here would be cool. We'll have to try getting him on at some point.
That'd be a cool one.
Herblore just got theirs back from April, so 4 months, but that was before.
Okay.
Longer turnaround times.
I think our next sub is April. So hopefully that means we'll get our sub back. I think
this is a good one.
That's there.
This is a good Pokemon self-employed entrepreneur business question for those without sugar mamas, because I've got a sugar mama, so I'm all sorted on that front. I mean, this question makes me think Pikachu might be going all in on Gem Inspector, might be shedding that pesky 9 to 5.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that. That'd be exciting. That'd be exciting. Is there some context here? So what I did was for Massachusetts, there's like a website that you can go to that'll compare like the different health plans, and it's based off of it's not like government assisted, but it's based off of your income. So like whatever you put in for your income is like they'll do the pricing based off of that, and then you'll get like all the different options that are available to you, different insurance companies, different plans. And so I basically did that, went through that, and chose like a catastrophe type plan where I really don't have insurance, unless it's something major like a hospital visit or something like that. I do have like you get a standard physical every year. I think that's pretty standard. But aside from that, it's pretty much pay for everything unless something big happens.
It's a catastrophic plan, yeah.
Yeah.
So
which
I know everyone loves their tax talk, but if you have a high deductible healthcare plan, HDHP, if you have a high deductible healthcare plan, which your catastrophic policy would very likely apply, you can actually save into an HSA, which is like triple dipping in savings. It's taxable savings for any potential healthcare expenditure, and it just gets like it gets very, very beneficial tax treatment. And the way that it works too, like you can you can just save it up every year and not use it. I mean, when you get very old, everyone eventually has some amount of healthcare expenditures, but I know you're not huge on traditional savings routes, but an HSA is something that I don't have access to. That would be a very beneficial bucket to save.
I did not even know about that.
Yeah,
see, it's a good thing you asked about that. But
you probably won't do anything with it, but now you know.
There we go. I forget what it is. I think I pay I think it's like $250 or $300 a month, something like that. So it is expensive, but I thought it was going to be a lot more expensive.
But it's a few grand a year, like
yeah,
it's a few grand a year. I mean, if something were to happen, easily you can have 50 grand, 100 grand. Like I'm assuming your max out of pocket would probably be very, very low 5 figures.
Yeah, I think it's. I forget. I think it's 5,000.
Oh, that's pretty good then. I think a lot of times those high deductible healthcare plans will be like a max out of pocket of like 10 or 12 grand. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's almost like my collect insure. Anything small, you just cover on your own, and then if and when there was a catastrophic loss, you would be covered.
Yeah.
Zorner said he walked out to Kurt Angle's theme song at his own wedding. Pikachu spent hours as a kid trying to decide what my WWE UFC walkout song would be. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. M. Sullivan says, I know people are calling this a crash or a correction. What happens if the sets after Delta Rain are also good? Does the hype train continue in 27, or are these two sets the peak? I thought somebody about Slowdown too. Where'd that go?
I don't know. What's gonna keep it going? I think this crash that we're in right now is not nearly bad. It's slowed down a bit, but I have not noticed it all that much. Pricing's come down, but sales volume is still really, really good. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see because like the 30th set has been the set that people have been hyping up for so long. So what's going to happen after that? And then the Rayquaza set was the other one. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I think we're still doing just fine.
Yeah, and Stephen Kassoon had asked. I had started that one, so I wasn't seeing it. But are you guys seeing a summer slowdown in stream revenue? So part of my national trip was a mega stream, and I made my stream debut over on eBay. I was with Grimer and Ponga at Ponga's house. We did a 100K stream on Friday night, July 31st, last Friday. July was our biggest month, but it's because we did a 100K mega stream within it. So, relative to the size of the entire market, both Nick and my businesses are like quite small relative to the entire Pokemon market. So it's very possible for on the macro level, the hobby to have a slowdown where our micro level, we don't really see or feel it because we are just grinding harder or whatever, doing mega streams. But overall, not really feeling it, honestly. My consignments are still booming. The live streams are still doing well. I guess pack rips on Fanatics are definitely slower, but that's been a trend for the whole year. So yeah, overall, and that's the part that you touched on too. To call it a crash is just, and I know M. Sullivan's not doing that, but a lot of people are. A lot of people are calling this a crash, and to call this a crash is just wild because the liquidity is still there. I think people don't have the ability to understand the difference between like price and liquidity. Sure, some things the prices have dropped 10, 20, 30%, but the liquidity is still functionally infinite at our scale. I guess to some extent, like I'm offering 10, 15% less on a lot of things. I've been buying collections at 75% as opposed to 80, 85%. Whereas 6 months ago, I was having to buy stuff at 90%. But still, like in the grand scheme of things, in the past 12 years that I've been in it, getting just instant liquidity, fully insured, all that stuff, 75, 80%, that's historically pretty reasonable. A lot of people have gotten too attached to things that they think are like normal. They think are natural things to happen that will happen forever. $250 booster boxes at release that are just not typical.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. No, I hope it is nice being able to find more stuff at reasonable pricing. People aren't wanting 95% anymore. That part's nice. And then I don't know how frequently you bought from like the people that would go to like Walmarts and Targets. I'd buy like 100, 200 packs from those people, and they I haven't heard from any of them in quite a while. So that's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. I do enjoy that.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah.
once the 30th comes out, it'll bring everyone back.
They'll be cooking again. Yeah, I
Oh,
mean, I think Perfect Chaos and Pitch Black are at prices where it's just not scalpable,
yeah,
or it's like very minimal. I guess privately you could still do it, but definitely not on platforms. You can't go buy Perfect Order at Walmart and then scalp it on eBay and pay the fees. Yeah, Pitch Black is down to 183 now too. So I mean that's basically MSRP plus tax. I mean MSRP is what, 165 or whatever.
yeah.
So
That's
yeah, that's right
the thing.
around
That's the
there.
thing that kills it is here there's a 9.5% tax.
That's about what we have too. I think we're like 8 3/4, but New York varies. I think the lowest in New York is like 7, and the highest is like 10 because it's state, half it's state, and then half of it approximately is your county or whatever too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess to address the other part of it, does the hype train continue in 27? What do you think on that? And
I
I
think
guess
it
what do you
will.
define as the hype train? I think
I think
boxes
we're still in
will.
the hype train.
Yeah,
I think it will. I think there's so much money coming into the hobby. There's so many like institutions getting into it. There's people that haven't been buying that once now that pricing is lower, they'll start buying. I think it'll just kind of continue on what's been happening.
I could be wrong on this, but like, and some people would call this a crash too. I think Chaos, Perfect, and Pitch Black. I think maybe not all of them, but I think some of them are gonna like head to that 120 to 140 price range in the next year. Maybe they get their 2 waves and then they're done forever. Definitely possible. So they could just bounce off 160, 170 and then go up. But I think it's a reasonable chance that given the flood that just hit and then the 30th comes and then Delta Rain comes and whatever goes on next year, I think simultaneously we'll be on the hype train, but some people will like think we're in a crash because there are multiple boxes under 160, 150 maybe. And even Delta Rain, it's got the Rayquaza, right? I think that set will go sub 200. I think that set will go sub MSRP at some point. I'm very possibly wrong there. 30th, I'm leaning heavily
Yeah,
towards that one not being widely available under MSRP.
no.
But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I don't know about that. That Rayquaza set. Well, Strippy will finally be opening that tonight. We finally got that in, but yeah, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. It's you got the Rayquaza, you got the Raikou. Is that one in this one as well? There's not much. It's a very small set.
Did you get Storm Emeralda? There's the
yeah, the Japanese set.
What did you pay? Did you pay up for like 180 or whatever last week?
No, I waited till it dropped down a bit. I actually bought it off Retro this time. Shout out to Retro now that he's got his website.
Nice.
I don't know. I'm finally valuing simplicity. Now that he's got the website, I don't have to talk to him or like not him, but talk to anyone on Instagram.
We couldn't buy from you when we had to talk with you. Now that we don't have to talk to you, we're back in.
Yeah, but now I can just go on there, get it. I've got a little order history, so it makes it easier to keep track of everything.
The order history is clutch too. I like that.
Yes. So yeah, I think I'll continue ordering from him for the foreseeable future. Because I was basically paying what he charged after you factor in like the because I'd have to go to the bank to do an international wire transfer. That cost, there was a fee involved with that, your time at the bank. I think I was saving $2-3 a box. So it's just so much more simpler just being able to do it from home.
Pass the price along to the customer. How do you pay him? Do you do Zelle?
No, because I have that Zelle. I have those Zelle limits. So I have I do a wire transfer. Because I finally got a bank that does online wire transfers. And they give me like 50 free a month. And it's some really high number that I've never hit. So that works out well.
So you wire it and he gets it the same day?
Yeah, I don't know if he gets it same day or next day. I'm not sure. He gets it at some point though.
Because I did ACH. I bought from him for the first time in a minute just recently on Storm Emeralda. And I think with it being me, he just like, hey, he marked it as paid. He knows I'm going to pay. But he didn't get it until, I think I bought it like fairly late. I think he takes orders until 10 p.m. Eastern. I think it's 7 p.m. Pacific or whatever. I placed my order like 10 minutes before that. So at the time that I scheduled the ACH on like, I think it was like Monday, he wouldn't have gotten it till like Wednesday. But I think he just YOLO'd it basically. Mm-hmm. I don't know how he deals with that. Like with me, he knows that I'm not going to go anywhere. He knows where to find me. But I guess most of his people are probably like regulars doing business in the space. And I guess he might just YOLO it here and there. But because like the price could drop or increase drastically in a couple of days if you were to wait to see the money.
Yeah. I don't know how we'd handle that. That is interesting.
I think my Zelle, actually one update on the Zelle front, I have a 15K Zelle limit to many people now.
What?
Yeah.
I hate you.
You need to just use it. Nick, do you want to just let's send every day? You send me 1K, I send you 1K. Let's just trade Zelle every day. We'll inflate both our GMVs.
No, because it's the most aggravating platform. It's so I hate it. And then you call the bank and we can't do anything about it. And then you'll randomly get an increase at some point.
So you send it and they get it. Like it's just there. It doesn't go around banking hours either. Like if I send it I haven't finished my payouts yet. I'm gonna be paying out some consigners probably at 7 or 8 p.m. tonight, and they're just gonna have it. Whereas my ACH consigners, they don't get it till tomorrow. I initiate today and they get it tomorrow. And if I don't initiate today before, I think 7 p.m. Roughly is the cutoff. If I don't initiate before 7 p.m., they're going to get it. Well, it wouldn't even be Friday. It would be Monday. So I always do the ACHs first because I know that I don't want them to push across the weekend. But I think it was like 2 weeks ago. Maybe I even mentioned it on last Pokeflipz, but I was doing my normal thing, and Zelles have been crazy lately. A lot of my consigners want Zelle. I think they want Zelle over ACH because they just get it instantly. I've had multiple people though where like I owe them $40,000, and it's like I need ACH. I'm not sending this Zelle across the next 3 weeks. But yeah, I went to send like 2 weeks ago, And it used to be that I'd have like, I think 4 distinct tiers. Nobody's under 1,000. I can send anybody 1,000. 1,000 is like always my lowest limit. So some people are 1,000, some are 2,500, some are 5,000, some are 7,500. I think half of my 7,500s recently just went to 15,000, which is nice. And I know I've mentioned this before too, but like certain people, say I have 5 people who have a $7,500 limit. If I send 7,500 to one guy, my limit for the next guy will be 0 because like they're a shared $7,500 limit. But then randomly, I don't know how to tell who's who, but like the third guy will have a $7,500 limit that's fully untapped. So like there might be 20 people that lump into one bucket, and I can only send a combined 7,500 to these 20 people, and then I have like 10 or 15 people that just have their own bucket. They have their own full limit. I no rhyme or reason. It's not just send history, because sometimes I create a new Zelle link between a new consignor or whatever. Some people I get $1,000 day one. Some people I get 7,500 day one. It's really weird. I don't get it.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. What did anything ever happen to your PayPal? Because I know that you said you were talking about that being an issue at one point.
That was a scary week. So PayPal was bad for I think 2 weeks. They sent me an email and they were requesting more information from me. They've had my social, they've had my license, they've had all that stuff for years because I've gotten 1099s for years through PayPal. But they wanted everything again to re-verify. I know I've talked with James before, and it happened to me like a year ago too. And I thought I was gonna lose it, and I didn't. So I that given week, I think I had sent like 150 grand PayPal friends and family. So the following week, I reached out to my top 5 to 10 people that take PayPal, and I'm like, "You've graduated beyond friends and family. I owe you." In the past, I used to do it more where my hard limit's 10K. If I owe you more than 10K, I won't send it. I used to, if I owe you 18 grand, I used to do 9 or say it was 13 or whatever. I do, you got to be careful too, because it doesn't want to look like you're structuring or whatever. But I'd send 7 one day and 6 the next. I don't do that anymore. It's like if I owe you more than 10 grand, we've got to go to ACH. That's just very few exceptions to that. Because I've had people that I owe 50 grand saying like, "Oh, just spread it out across Zelle. I'll wait." I can't do that because you're eating into other people's limits too.
Yeah, and it's just so much more work keeping track of all that.
One nice thing with Zelle that I wish you could do with friends and family, you can schedule. So later today, I'm gonna do all my Zelle payouts. I will probably hit my limit. Most of my average consignments lately, I start paying Thursday. My final one gets scheduled for like Saturday. So every Thursday, I'm scheduling all of Thursday, all of Friday, part of Saturday, and it's nice because like I just click a button and I schedule it out. It hits at midnight. One issue is you get like 20 Zelles hitting at midnight. If you're not awake to press the "this is not a scam" button, they get declined sometimes while you're sleeping, which is frustrating.
God.
Yeah, so it's kind of a nightmare, but I do see why people want to use it because it's just there. It's like if you had to choose between having your money today or tomorrow, you would rather have it today. But Zelle and PayPal, the two options that allow for that, are just sketchier. ACH, sometimes they call still. I don't know. Sometimes they call. Sometimes I have to log in and press yes. Again, no rhyme or reason between when Chase will allow a transfer and when they won't. But if I create a new ACH link to someone I've never sent money before and send over 10 grand, it is always something. It's either going to be a text or a push notification or something. They don't like They don't like you sending 5 figures within minutes of adding a new contact.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Definitely not. Yeah, banks are not set up for trading cards or card businesses.
No, holding us back. Julia says she thinks a new Team Rocket set is coming next year. Saw something about a trademark. I didn't see that myself, but I've been busy the past couple of weeks with non-business stuff, so I've not been as tapped in for sure. Did you see that?
I did not know. I don't know anything about that.
Trademark is called Are You Perhaps with Team Rocket? TCG related trademark. Interesting.
Huh.
Yes. Give us a Johto set and let's begin the real boom.
No.
That would be amazing. Give us a crystal
fine
set.
with it, but that's not going to be the real boom.
There's
Nothing
so
will
many
be
ways they can really boom.
No, stop it.
I'm 17 minutes behind chat. This is when you put Lexi on screen. Julia wants a full demo.
She's back sleeping in my lap. I do have to take her out in a little bit. So when I take her out, I'll show her off again.
I was gonna say when she wakes up next time. Oh. Mine's fast asleep too. but at some point I'll get her up on screen.
Boy, both our dogs are sound asleep listening to the podcast.
Oh, I'm ready to sleep myself. Bierski turned in for the night a bit before Spat and myself, but Spat and I were up till like 4.
Jesus! And then they left this morning. What time did they leave?
Bierski woke me and Spat up at like 10:45. Like, hey, we need to leave. We need to get out of here. Oh, I hope I don't get charged for it either. But like, I'm always good. Had a lot of IPAs last night. I always have my water and my Powerade before bed. Mm-hmm. Well, my Powerade, I only had about half of it, and the bed had the other half of it.
Oh, Red God.
Red Powerade. I just went to grab it and just everywhere on the bed. Hopefully they look at my Players Club records and see how bad I got wrecked and don't wreck me further with a cleaning fee. There's almost no shot those come clean though. Red Powerade all over white blankets and
white
pillow.
sheets. Those are gonna be tossed. Those are gonna be tossed.
Yeah. That's probably a total loss situation. Oh, it was so bad. So what you're saying is that Nick is going to be selling me full cases of booster boxes again. I don't know where or how exactly, but one thing I do have to turn on, I do have the wholesale portion of my website where I just, if I have extra packs, I'll list them there. I sell to so many repackers though that I don't really have a problem getting rid of packs. But once the warehouse is done and once I start doing things at a higher scale, I will need to sell some product directly. I don't know if I want to do it on my Shopify because then I need to deal with like sales tax nexus. I guess I could go the retro route and require I could require a sales tax exemption from everybody. But I don't ever see it being a big part, but I definitely need some outlet. I need some outlet for all these extra cases. I do usually, as of right now, I just pack them up and I send them off to DC or to Arizona TCG or whatever. But given the scale that it will be going to, especially when I have depth of the same SKU, I'll probably go a direct route again. I'll keep it B2B though, with sales tax exemptions, very likely.
That's probably the way to do it.
A correction with good sets would be such a huge opportunity. I think there's a lot of people that are quite liquid that are ready for any kind of a correction for sure.
Oh yeah.
But I really think there's going to be, and maybe I'll be on the other side of it. Maybe I'll be too late. I think there's going to be a lot of people buying too much too early. I don't know to what extent it happened with Perfect Order, but I remember when Perfect Order came out, there was a lot of people saying it's trash. I don't want it. I'm getting rid of it. But there were definitely some people that were kind of like stocking up. I think people were stocking up on $1,200 cases of Perfect Order. Hindsight's easy. It hasn't aged super well because it's only down like 15% though, 200 to 170. But
why are you stocking up on it in the first place though?
I think there are people, and I said this too. Like my pallets, I set back a bare minimum of 4 cases of every set. Now that the boxes are around MSRP, instead of 4, I'm gonna set back 10 or 12. And if and when the boxes go to 150, then I'll set back 15 or 16. If the boxes go to 130, 120, 110, I'll just ramp that number up proportionally. If and when they go to $100 a box, $500 cases historically is what pallet 1. I still love that. I love how that was less than 2.5 years ago. Less than 2.5 years ago, I made the original pallet video talking about selling my dad into $500 booster cases of Scarlet and Violet era sets, including Paldea Evolved for $500 cases. And people were like, sell everything. This is the top. It's over. Dad's investing. And it's crazy because now I've been saying for the past year and a half that I think things are going to come down a fair bit. I think things are going to get a fair bit cheaper. And people call me crazy again for the opposite side. It's just nuts. It's nuts how stuck into the current moment people get.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, cards going up 10x, then dropping 20% is not a crash.
Jeez, you are so far behind. Where were these comments?
Like 20 minutes ago. I'm super far behind.
I remember I saw that one. That was a while ago.
Honestly, the call is base set for Wind and Waves. When does Mega Set end in TCG terms? Because if that game comes out next year and base set is 28, we keep going. That's where the respect is.
That's what I think. I think the Mega Block has is gonna continue this tsunami. And then whenever the next era comes out, maybe it'll be the same thing as Sword and Shield.
Every set sells out in less than a week. Immediately, Nick. I don't know about this set.
No, it's the past 3 sets have been trash. I have not enjoyed them.
Oh, we got Walrus doing some Komiya slander, and Julia's not having it.
Yeah, I don't get that. Does not make any sense whatsoever.
I'm starring questions so I can get up with a live chat.
Oh, there we go.
Here, let me put one up on screen. You're forced to stop a part of your business and to add a new leg. Oh, wait. Question. You are forced to stop a part of your business and to add a new leg of the Pokemon hobby to your business. So I'm assuming the question is, what are
you stopping and what are you adding?
He resent it. Yeah. What are you stopping and what are you adding? You want to go first while I'm starring?
What am I stopping? I don't know. I don't feel like I do that much because I really all it is live streaming, and then a little bit with the eBay store side of things. That's really all I do. And then it's like fairly even between packs and singles. I guess I could say I'd eliminate grading, honestly. I've gotten slower about grading stuff and selling more singles. Because where the bulk of the business is through streaming. The graded stuff, it does all right, but singles just do so much better. So I guess I would say I'd eliminate grading and just get back to being a binder boy. Just selling singles. That would probably be the one thing I could get rid of. What am I adding? Can I cheat and say a brick and mortar store?
There you go. Actively doing it.
What about you? What about you? What are you getting rid of? What are you adding? What?
That's dark. I didn't see that.
Team Rocket is now working undercover.
What would I add? I'm already doing almost everything. I guess I was just talking about it. When the warehouse is done, I'll either add to my Shopify or I'll add. Maybe it'll be on eBay. Maybe it'll be on Misprint, or I need to add sealed product channel through somewhere. I did mention this, I think, on last Pokeflipz, I think on my live stream. I was chatting late night at the bar with my dad up in Old Forge when we were at the water park. After the kids went to bed, we hit up the local bar there, had some beers. He has space. He has commercial retail space. That could be portioned off. Theoretically, I could have a brick and mortar for basically nothing. A little bit of labor involved in getting it set up, getting some of his stuff moved out, putting up a wall, but I could have pretty decent real estate it would be in Clinton, New York. Theoretically, a card shop could happen someday. Maybe when my mom retires, it would give her something to do if she wanted to in retirement. My sister works with me on some different things. She could help employ that. It's not something I would be the main person running it, but who knows? Maybe someday, maybe Ethan, when he graduates next May, will be running the card shop stocked with my stuff, but we'll see. I don't know.
Exciting.
The sealed thing is definitely going to happen though, in some way. And then what would I take away? I can't say streaming. The PKM Ponga would not like that. What would I take away? I definitely don't want to take away CGC Fanatics. I don't want to take away consigning. I've got to give up something. It's kind of cheating because I think I get like $5 a week. I have some stuff on TCG Player that Skya fulfills. I hate that website. I hate everything about it. I would definitely drop TCG Player.
There we go.
For sure.
I don't know how people sell on there. It's easy to list, but and it sells well, but the whole back end of that site is awful.
That's dark. Yeah, what was I? Oh, I just had a thought and then I lost it as quick as it came. Walrus's memes throwing me off. Oh, one thing I was going to say too, we had some clarification in chat. The Rocket thing is a tabletop game.
Oh.
It's not a set. It's a board game. PokeBeach had it. Yeah, I did not realize that, but I guess we got all the information all at once.
Yeah, it's not exciting anymore.
Okay, I'm caught up to chat, and I have 6 starred questions. So let's work through our backlog.
Woo! We're doing better than PSA.
Is PSA cooked due to this lawsuit? Did you see
that lawsuit? Is wild. That is so dumb.
I didn't look into it at all, but I'm not a lawyer. This is my opinion, blah, blah, blah. But like, I am going to be the first to be on the train of consistently inconsistent. All these companies suck at their jobs, but you can't sue them over it. They have their subjective opinion, they place consistently, inconsistently on your cardboard, they're doing their job to the best level they can. Not very good, but they're doing it. There's no lawsuit to happen there. The only thing would be like, theoretically, say there was a big company that submitted tens of thousands of cards to them, and if PSA, like, I'm not saying that they're unsuable, but if it ever were determined that like PSA wasn't intentionally deflating the grades for certain submitters or whatever, and internal documents were leaked, we're like, yeah, old school Pokemon, give him all the 8s and 9s, all the 8.5s, no 10s. Maybe there could be something there, but the grades are inconsistent. I cracked out a 9 and I got a 10. I cracked out an 8 and I got a 9. Like, there's no lawsuit there, in my opinion. Dio said, though, lawsuit, yes. Bankrupt, yes.
He's just wild. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I don't want people to get screwed. There's blood on your hands. Dramatic. Glory be to graders. You can sue anyone else who sucks at their job. I mean, their job is giving their opinion. By definition, the card is what they say it is. I only have my Bigfoot Rudy next to me. But when this card gets put in a 10 slab, by definition, it is a 10. Every grade is 100% correct, by definition, because all it is that one grader's opinion that day. Are they going to vary? Absolutely. I just don't see, yeah. And I'm sure they had lawyers write their terms of service. They probably have coverage on whatever.
I'm sure they do.
It's going to be said in very different terms, fancy legal terms, very vague. But to some extent, somewhere in the terms is like, hey, this is just our opinion, man. You can't sue us. Our opinion is subject to change, blah, 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 blah. They do guarantee grade and authenticity, but good luck. Good luck on the grade side of that. It definitely happens from time to time, but it's pretty rare. Okay, questions. We did that one. Since the Delta Rain set comes out in November, I'd assume a second Japanese set will combine with it for the English release. Thoughts on like a Deoxys set after something fighting Ray in the SAR?
Ooh, that'd be so good. That would be so good. Cool. I don't think that will happen though. I think the English set will be the same as the Japanese set again. And then the next two Japanese sets will combine to make our first set next year.
How is Storm Emerald? Have you streamed it yet, or do you not have it in yet?
You weren't listening. You were ignoring me. I literally said Thrifty will be ripping it for the first time tonight.
Oh, okay. I remember that we talked about it. I just didn't remember what you said.
But no, Thrifty will have it for tonight. Yeah, the Rayquaza looks really good. A few of the illustration rares look good, or the ARs. I don't know though. It's these small sets. They just don't have much in them.
Yeah, I'm trying to look. 76 cards, 113 with the Mega Ray, all the secrets. Yeah, that's pretty small. That's like what set was 113? Phantom Forces was 111. Like Primal Clash maybe was like 113-ish.
Yeah, we're like getting back like the XY times with these sets.
Yeah. So yeah, that would be cool. But I don't know. I don't know why and when and how they decide to combine certain sets, and some are the same thing, and which ones they take out to put in the promo boxes. And I'm terrible with that too. I'm looking at this Japanese set right here, and yeah, I am terrible with what sets go into like what the Japanese equivalent is.
Mm-hmm.
PokeMT said, if you have Chase, can't you do RTP payments? No Zelement in same day, but do they cost money? So I had to Google it. Chase supports the real-time payments network, allowing eligible consumer and business accounts to send and receive instant fund transfers with immediate clearing and settlement. I think this is this real-time ACH? Real-time ACH is expensive. It's 1% up to $25.
Oof.
So like if I'm sending, I've sent like 150 grand before. If I'm sending 150 grand, normally I would wire that, but I've done real-time ACH instead, and I think my wires are 25 as well. So it's like, who cares? It's the same thing. But if, like, my average consignor payout is probably 2 to 5 grand. I can't pay 1% on all those. Like 5K would cap at the 25, so it only functionally be 0.5%. But that's way too much money to be spending. I can't be spending 1% on all my payouts. I guess it's in. I'm doing this right now, and I should have never done this. But if you're international and I pay you PayPal friends and family, they charge me $4.99. If I owe someone like $500, I just send them $500. I've been paying the PayPal fee. I pay the ACH fees, so in my mind, it's like I'm paying the ACH fee. The ACH fee is like I think I pay $2.50 for my first like 20 every month, which is done in the first week, and then everyone thereafter is like 15 cents. So I absorb that fee. I absorb wire fees too. I only have a few consigners I pay with wire, but I probably have 20 consigners that do PayPal friends and family international, and I'm paying
right there.
I'm paying thousands of dollars a year in PayPal friends and family fees for sure. One thing that I have done, and no one's been mad about it, I've required they have a minimum payout unless it's their final payout. I've required them have a minimum payout of $250. Nobody's pushed back on it. That makes it not be so bad, but it does add up, especially with CGC Fanatics. There are times, so like say you send me 100 cards, week 1, maybe only 50 are paid. So I might pay you nothing because like maybe you didn't work off all the grading fees yet. But week 2, week 3, week 4, and then out of 100, usually 3 go unpaid. So like 3 weeks later, there's a new batch going. 2 weeks after that, they're starting to get paid. There's times where somebody submits 100 cards and it's like 6 payouts across 2 months to get them fully paid. And their final 3 their final 3 payouts will be like $3, $5, $8.50, because it'll be those final 3 CGC Fanatics cards getting paid out in separate weeks. What most people do is they roll like a submission every week, a submission every month or whatever. And they kind of like smooth out, but some of them are ugly to watch. It's funny too, because like I haven't sent a submission to Golden or to Greenie in months, like over 2 months, I think. I just got a payout from Golden on something that just finally sold after being relisted. I just got a payout from Greenie too. I guess I could pull up my sheet, but not to show, but like just for context of the timing. But yeah, I just got a payout from Greenie, and it's been a minute. Let me see when my last I think this is my old sheet. Or is this my current sheet? I don't know what this is. Anyways, it had been over a month at least, I would say, since I sent anything there. I was waiting for Bierski to come. I wanted him to get first dibs. He stocked up his card today. So I'm going to have a new batch going out. I don't know if I'll get to it tomorrow, but by Monday, I'm going to have a new batch going out to Arizona, to DC, to Greenie. So Greenie, if you're listening, there's stuff coming soon.
There we go.
How do you handle that though? What? I guess before you go, like you've done live consignments, right? if somebody has like a $5 PayPal fee and you owe them $500, like, will you just send them $4.95?
Huh? No. I'll just cover it myself.
Oh, so you'll send them the full amount. You'll just eat the fee.
Yeah. No, I deal with that very rarely. Even when I was doing the live consignments, it was mainly the same. I think I got up to like 10 people, and they were all in the U.S. So, now I'm giving that up. I've still got 2 people that'll send me stuff, but I'm stopping that. It's a lot. It's a lot. I'd rather just sell my own stuff.
Grimer's been crushing with him.
He's been doing really good with it. He's been doing really good.
He's got a whole portal set up now.
Yeah.
I might have to send him some. How funny would that be? I'll consign stuff with him on my own eBay Live. I might have to I have to do it at least once for the memes. I just want to see. I want to see the workflow of his website too. I don't want to see like I don't want to see the test environment. I want to get like the full experience. So I'll have to send him a batch at some point.
There we go. Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay, hold on. We gotta see the pup on the way out.
Oh, she just woke up.
On the way out and the way in.
Here she is. Okay, I'll be back.
Okay. Question, hypothetically, if you're packing for a millionaire, now that Nick's gone, if you're packing for a millionaire who constantly buys expensive puppies, how can you ask for a raise? You should go to his podcast and you should ask a question about it. But no, you should we'll save this one for when he gets back. We'll save this one, and we'll try to get you a nice little 25% raise or something. Nick's a dream crusher. How's it going, Open Mango? Nice to see you here. $1 auctions are Dan's salvation. Oh, man. Starting more questions. Consigned today. Grimer isn't here. We got some puppy love. A guy knowing the production art space didn't receive a payout from Heritage for 11 months. So I kick myself. One of my worst bits of wreckage that I went through was like a year ago. I sent some uncut sheets to Heritage. Generally speaking, uncut sheets do pretty well on Heritage, except for the one block that I sent like 8 of them. They went for a fraction of what I thought they were going to go for. And in hindsight, what they would go for today is a lot more. But yeah, the process of sending the Heritage, from when I sent to when I got paid, oh man, it had to be 6 months. I probably sent in February-ish if I remember correctly, and then I got paid out like around this time last year. And some of that was like it took a couple months for them to go to auction, but then even once paid, it was like 2 months after it took like 2 months to go to auction. Then it was like a month-long auction, some of those Heritage ones, and then it was like 2 months to get paid. At what point they got paid, I'm not sure, but it took me a long time. Hold the puppy hostage and gain leverage, Walrus, for the raise. When is Bald Man grading services starting again? So I was at the casino last night with Spat and Beerski. I did quickly browse through Discord, but yeah, I saw that. I saw that just like a little bit before we went live. Somebody AI'd Bald Man grading service. Me and James apparently have a grading service now. Pikachu's trying to get in to consign. Okay, I've got all the questions started, fully caught up in chat. Dustin Rivals has been mentioned a little bit. We talked about the booster box and ETB reprint a little bit quite a while ago at this point. But I'm getting some amount. It's funny because I heard through another distro that I don't have myself, but I'm kind of like working with someone else to take on his additional offerings through distro, and I already know how much Destined Rivals ETBs I'm getting through that. I haven't heard from either of my actual distros though about them. I miss when Daniel was all about enough. Now he's all warehouse and casino trips. The warehouse is going to be nice. I can't wait to have the space. Honestly, I need it for what I'm doing now. I'm not going to expand drastically. I'll probably expand a little bit of what I'm actually doing day to day. Summer, I've been taking a lot of time off. I actually had Cub Scout day camp. I had Cub Scout day camp the last 3 days. So Monday through Wednesday this week. I worked a little bit each night, but I worked a lot Wednesday night. But yeah, I last week was the water park and the national, and then this week was Cub Scout day camp. So definitely foot is very much off the gas for the summer. Casino trips have been, I made a little bit of money in Chicago, which was nice, and then I lost it all and then some last night. When Spat and Bierski come, I am over 2. I am over 2, yeah, real bad when it's just them two.
That's not good.
What's the dollar amount of total gross sales to get contracted rates on eBay? It's consistently inconsistent, I would say. Yes. I did 1.3 million a few years ago, and they offered me a very minimal reduction in fees. You probably need to sell 2 to 3 million minimum before they'll even think about talking to you. But I think a lot of people have the idea, and I'm not saying this about you, Collector Kid 92, but I think a lot of people have the idea that like sell $1 million on eBay and then you'll get 2% fees. That is not remotely how it will go. Sell $1 million on eBay and then they'll start talking to you, and then sell $3 million on eBay and then you might get 10% instead of 12% or something. It's not going to be likely what you think it's going to be, at least in my experiences.
Yeah.
And I say that as someone who does not have contracted rates with eBay Core. I was offered them a couple years ago, but the juice was not worth the squeeze. I'll let you take this one, Nick.
Hypothetically, if you're packing for a millionaire who consistently buys expensive puppies, how can you ask for a raise? You got to actually work instead of playing with your own puppy.
We settled on 25% while you were gone. 25% is what we thought was fair. Here's another one for you.
Oh God! How do you deal with a friend who buys their exact same puppy as you to steal your thunder? Walrus was actually
Walrus's name.
Maya. Maya's his puppy's name. He was actually the one who sent me the link to Lexi, because he was looking at puppies while I was on vacation, and they ended up getting one, and then he sent me the link to the other one that they didn't get.
How many were left? Were those like the last 2, or is there still like a big batch?
There were 2 left out of I want to say 6 total. I
mean, your pup should have a buddy, shouldn't she?
No.
She needs a friend.
I'm her buddy.
How are you both managing sales / taxes to countries outside of the U.S.?
eBay does it all for me.
That is the best answer. Yeah, I do occasionally do a little bit of GOR, but it's funny because there'll be 6-month spans where I actually have international people hitting me up like, Dan, I've got 3,000 packs of this or that to sell to you for your buy list. So sometimes I'm a net importer, sometimes I'm a net exporter. Sometimes it's like, hey, we have none of this around us. I see you have it on your wholesale tab for 93% of market there, but sometimes our 93% of market is 60% of market internationally. Sometimes there's just like inefficiencies of availability. So how do I manage it though? Sales would be, I take money up front. Usually they're doing ACH or Zelle or something. And then tax wise, they tell me how they want it to be declared, and I declare it said way.
There we go. There we go.
I'm assuming this would be when we were talking about like the pinball machine. Like if you had it in your store, that's the only thing I could come up with for this question.
Maybe.
Like if somebody was just in there all day hogging the machine, not letting other people play.
You gotta kick them out, boot them out. You're still making money. You're still making money. So is it really hogging the machine?
Yeah, if they're paying, I mean, let them run it. If the same people are always hogging, maybe you're charging too little. Maybe you got to up it to $3 now.
That's true. Maybe up the price a little bit.
Do they sell an upgrade kit? Because I saw that thing takes quarters, and it's 2026. Pinball machines took quarters like 30 years ago. I mean, I think a quarter 30 years ago was worth like a $20 bill today. So you got to get a bill feeder on that, baby. You got to get a bill feeder and go $5 a play.
Oh God! I gotta see. I think the default was $1 or $2. I forget what the default was.
The game was long. The game I played was probably 10 minutes.
Well, you can set the default number of balls was 3. I changed it to 5 to make it longer.
5's a lot.
Yeah.
Snorlax is constantly saving them for you too. I say you go 1 ball, $5 a piece. That was expensive. I mean, think about your cost of capital. You got to pay that baby back.
True.
Dan, since Nick won't sell me a case of Destined Rivals, will you? No, that was a quick one. Are we booming or is it all over? Yes, we are booming. No, it is not all over.
No.
Another quick one. Chicago CAC sold out. You making the trip? I think I have a wedding. I think I have a wedding that weekend.
Another one?
When is it?
Columbus Day weekend.
That was one thing that blew my mind. I forget when. Was that at the pizza place? Somehow we were talking about weddings, and you had mentioned that you'd only been to like a couple.
Yeah, I've only been to 3, or if you don't count my 2 cousins, like friends.
Why would you count them?
Because they're family. Of course, you're going to get invited to them.
I'm just talking like total weddings. I mean,
maybe it's. I think it's probably been like 3 friend weddings, and then maybe like 4 cousin weddings. Then so like 7 total.
I have a lot of cousins. I've probably been. This is kind of dark. I guess we're gonna go here because we're going here. But my wife and I together have attended 20 weddings, maybe.
That is absurd.
Since we've been together. I have a lot of cousins. She has a handful herself. Most of my cousins at this point are married. I guess we still have some in the future. But what's the statistics? It's like 50% of marriages eventually fail, right? Divorce rates are very high. Every wedding we've attended, all of the people are still together. And I'm talking 20 plus weddings over the past 16 years. We've been married for going on 11 years, but we've been together for over 16 and a half years, actually. Almost exactly 16 and a half years. So 20, like maybe 30 weddings, probably 30 weddings across 16 years, like combined amount, like some weddings were just last year, right? Some weddings are only a year in. Give them time. They might still fail. But cumulatively, if you add up 30 weddings across some 16 years ago, some a year ago, say average 7 years ago or whatever, that's 200 years plus worth of marriage with all of them still being together. It's dark, but it's like, who's going to be the first one? Who's going to be the first wedding we've attended to fail? Have we attended that wedding yet? Maybe one of the future ones that we haven't yet attended will be the first one to fail. That would be kind of crazy. But it's kind of dark to even think about that. But like, it's kind of wild though too. It's kind of impressive. Maybe so. Hey, that's a shout out. Maybe our attendance at your wedding is just guaranteed happy life forever. But yeah,
you're gonna start getting random people inviting you to their wedding now after hearing that.
We're gonna have to. My wife and I are gonna have to charge an appearance fee. It's like, hey, you want to spend? You're gonna spend $100,000 on just a party for the day. Don't you want to invest $10,000 to ensure a happy, long, loving marriage? I mean, that feels super plus EV.
I think so. I think so.
Send Dan the link. He needs to get the kids a new dog. Surge pricing on a pinball machine sounds wild. I love it.
There we go.
He changed it to 5 balls to beat my 3-ball high score. That's hilarious. I've heard these stories too, where someone will camp in front of a machine. Because, like, I think when a machine is stocked, I don't think all the inventory goes live. I think they, like, drip feed it. So say they put in 20 destined ETBs when the reprint comes. From what I understand, if you're in line and like, the guy gets there and stocks it, 20 ETBs, you can't just buy 20 ETBs. Mm-hmm. I think they'll make, like, 2 available, and then an hour later they'll make 2 available, and then an hour later, like... They drip feed it. So it was one of the other podcasts. I don't remember which one, but they kind of likened it to like a job. Imagine if you could go and you had to work a whole day and you made $10-15 an hour or whatever. If you had a vending machine that was drip feeding you 2 Destined Rivals ETBs at MSRP, you're making $100 an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
Bless the hobby. Let's see. 16 years is impressive. Congrats. Yeah, so 16 years together, married for going on 11. 11's coming in hot. Dan is the opposite of good luck, Chuck. We don't like the term campers or loiterers. We go by opportunity seekers. Do you think there's a chance we see a total shutdown of all value tiers of established grading services at some point? PSA, BGS, and TAG are already gone. Yeah, CGC is the only remaining domino to fall, right?
Mm-hmm. It's coming. It's coming.
I would say yes. I think there will be a day quite soon. And like we were talking earlier, James set the over-under at August 15th, right? Which is 9 days. I would go over, but I would say less than 30. I would say over 9, but less than 30. But who knows? I mean, maybe they've been cooking down there. They've got, like I said, I don't know anything about their Florida operation really, but I'm clearly like very in the know. I am the largest, not me, but me and my consigners are the biggest single CGC Fanatics submitter. So I have obviously a fair bit of insight into that operation and scale, and they're drastically increasing the scale of that in the coming months. Drastically. So we've got to we've got to do work if we're trying to close down CGC Fanatics.
That's good. That's good to hear.
Yeah. I'm interested because I know I'm probably not supposed to say it, but whatever. They're not watching an hour and 48 minutes into the podcast, but their current pricing with CGC, the contract expires or whatever. It's up in September. I don't know if it's September 1. I don't know if it's the 30th of September, but in September, at some point, their current rate contract expires. So I've been telling my consigners, like, probably the prices are increasing. But with how much they told me their scale is going to increase, it would be crazy. Like I think they should increase it. $8.50 a card is too cheap. We're booming. I would be shocked if they didn't tax, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible that the fees could stay the same. I think it's improbable though, for sure. But there's a lot. If we want to shut down CGC Fanatics, we've got to do some numbers. There's a lot. There's a lot of scale there. So we got that one. If every grading company keeps shutting down tiers and raising prices, at what level do you think is the breaking point where the majority of cards stop getting submitted? The dumb part about it is now everything is low pop. Now everything is just worth more money. Everyone's paying $80 to grade first partner series 2s, and I'm the dummy who sent mine at $150, and I still don't have my grades yet. I'm waiting to get that email that submission is coming back to me. I'm not going to tracker check, but it feels pretty dark. It feels pretty dark that is not on its way back yet. I'll probably get wrecked on that, but the market is very irrational. The market just drastically overvalues grading, in my opinion, and it's like a vicious cycle, but in a good way. It's a virtuous cycle, I guess, where price goes up, we have to pay more, but the end consumer just has infinite money, so who cares? They'll just keep paying it. Sometimes the end consumer is the digital rip things, and it's all just going into gambling, and so that's why the money's infinite. But how long that will all last, I don't know. I would have thought $80 PSA. Like most people are not sending PC cards to PSA at $80. People are sending PC cards to PSA. People are sending cards to sell to PSA right now. It's crazy. Like Rudy is cheap at 18 or 20 bucks a card. That is not cheap at all. Like CGC Fanatics, and I am biased because it's my service, but you can do CGC direct through Fanatics yourself for 10, but $8.50 is crazy cheap. Like, what's the lowest you ever remember paying for PSA grading and CGC, I guess?
Yeah, like the $6-7 specials. That was way back.
You remember the E4 thread? The E4 thread where they would track the monthly and quarterly specials or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 6. I think 6 is the lowest I paid. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. I could probably pull up my PSA and find it. But CGC, what was Ludkins through CGC years ago? Were they like 7?
I think it was around 7, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I've 6-7. I mean 6-7 are the rates that I paid. Naturally. But yeah, if you're truly, and I think it's rare that someone is truly gonna PC a card, never sell it. But if you are, I just think you don't grade. Any card that I'm truly taking to the grave, of which there are so few, I'm not gonna grade it. If I'm never gonna sell, like the only reason to grade, in my opinion, is to sell. I'm getting a verification code to log into my PSA. There's no price. If PSA were to go back to $6, which I never say never, but I'm going to say never. PSA will never go to $6 again.
No.
Even at $6, I wouldn't spend $6 to grade a card I'm going to keep forever. I'll just put it in a binder or in a one touch or whatever. Like I don't value their offering through anything other than making money, frankly.
No.
I don't think there's a single. I think PSA slab looks the worst out of all the big ones.
Oh yeah,
but there's no single slab that looks good, like that improves the look of the card. I don't think none of them add to the card. They all are a detriment. They make them look worse.
The pristine tensor. Thank you very much.
I like the look of it, but I like the look of a card by itself better. Honestly.
No, I love those pristines. Looks so good.
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can go back. I'd have to go back in my email, I guess. I'm trying. I see I see like an old sub, but I don't see anywhere where I paid for it. When I click on the submission number, it's just blank.
I would imagine they only keep them for so long.
Bulk deal 1, September 2018. Yeah, it doesn't let me see. Oh, wait, what if I click on the order? I clicked on the sub side. Let me try the order side. That just shows the cards. Oh, no. This is this sub.
What?
Gem Mint 10. The card letter value is $1,250 now. I graded... I thought it was 50. I probably lied then. I think I've said before that I graded 50 consecutive PSA 10 Reds Pikachus. It looks like it's 30.
Man, that's
maybe that was a separate.
wild.
I definitely did them in more than one sub. Do you remember when you could buy? I forget if they were sealed in I think they were sealed in 50. You could buy a pack of 50 of them for $100.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Sickening, absolutely sickening. Naruto TCG next year going to be a flop. I'll bail you guys out of your allocations at cost. Who's gonna carry Naruto? Do you know?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna go to GTS right now and look and see. I guess that's one thing we can talk about too. Pal World. Did you get any? Did your distros have access or no?
I think they did. I did not even look into it. I completely missed the boat on that one.
We're such dummies. Asymmetric upside. You can only lose all your money, but you can 10x your money, which it looks like people are gonna do. I might have to put in. I'm gonna chase and lose all my money, just like at the casino last night. But it is crazy. Like at some point, I think next month I have Fusion World coming. I have Dragon Ball Fusion World coming. Worst case scenario, I lose all my money. Best case scenario, at 10x's. Like that is, and the thing is, the odds of it just doubling are likely better than 50% because everyone is just in a speculative frenzy permanently these last couple of years. So it feels very plus EV to just take a shot at any random game. I don't remember being solicited on Pal World though. I think I would have just YOLO'd 8 or 12 cases or something. Like, because I did it with One Piece and that's gone well. If I have access to it, I am going to try getting Naruto for sure. Are you going to put in, Frenny, if you have access?
I will, because Walrus will want some. So I'll do for him. And then try and get some for the shop, just to kind of branch out a little bit, have some other stuff.
I don't think so, PokeMT. From what I heard, they're in the process of drastically increasing their CGC fanatics. But all it takes is some business to submit a couple 100,000 cards or something crazy, and they could change that in one day.
Yeah.
6, 7. Yeah, I did sell Walrus. I sold Walrus a couple of my BGS Naruto slabs. I actually had somebody. So 3 years ago, 4 years ago, I forget when. Do you remember when I bought that 50K card collection? And it had it was like 3 or 4 years ago.
I think that was closer to 4 years ago.
Yeah, it had grails from so many different TCGs. I still have remnants of that kicking around. Actually, I have a bunch of Power Rangers cards with Comsi. Check out my cards. And every week or so, I get an email that I sold another $10 or $15 Power Rangers card. But I graded a black label. I have no idea if I'm saying it right, but it's like Susano O. It's like SUSANO apostrophe O. Susano O. I graded a black label of that. From what I understand, that was like the grail card of the entire TCG for whatever reason. I don't know if it was good in the game or popular character or what, but I want to say I sold it 4 years ago for thousands, and that was like an unheard of price. That was crazy. I had somebody DM me, cold DM, "Hey, do you still have this card?" And I'm like, "No." Can you tell me who you sold it to? I'm like, 1, no, and 2, I don't remember, and I'm not gonna go look. But even if I knew, like, I won't share customer information like that. He said, "I'll offer you like $50,000 or something."
Jesus.
I forgot to follow up on that, but I think what I might do is I might message if I can find who I sold it to. I really don't remember, and it would have been a PayPal sale too. But I might shoot him an email and just be like, "Hey, I didn't share your information, but do you want me to? There's this guy that supposedly wants to pay." It sounded like he could be talked up too. I think it's still a pop one after all these years, but that's yeah, we're booming, crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah. I think that wasn't that not the only TCG associated with. Maybe it was. I know Dragon Ball's had like 100. Yeah, Red's Pika, even the Screams, like so many cards. So many cards were disgustingly cheap that I had just infinite access to, and I bought a lot less than Infinity.
I wonder how my I bought a is it a perfect 10? I think it might be a perfect 10, Red's Pikachu off Grimer. Maybe a year or so ago. I wonder what that's up to now.
Chicks Naruto allocations. That's something we can talk about. Pal World. I mean, I think I think in a lot of ways it's not going to end exactly the same. A lot of things different, but there's a lot of things similar to the 90s, the junk wax era. I think in 10 years there's going to be a lot of TCGs that were printed for a couple years in that span of 2020 to 2030 or 2035 or whatever. There's going to be a lot of dead TCGs. MetaZoo may or may not be one of them. Hopefully not, but it's on its third life already. But yeah, I think people have lost their minds on so many fronts with respect to the hobby. Grading is a big one, and then just poking Pokemon with a stick. Come on, do something. You haven't doubled in certain things have, but not everything has doubled in the past month. So millions of just house money, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars of house money from Pokemon is just seeking anything. So Pal World is quadrupling, and I'm sure Dragon Ball Fusion will probably go nuts. Naruto will probably go nuts. Like, just anything my distro tells me about, I'll probably just take a shot on. Dan walking, holding hands with MetaZoo, but looking back at Pal World. that meme. That's funny. How often do you guys think about cards that are thousands of dollars with a population over 10,000 and wonder how is this reality? That's a good follow-up question to take on what I was just stating. What do you think, Nick?
I don't know. Part of me does think it is crazy looking back at how cheap everything was a few years ago, but then another part of me kind of gets it, thinks it makes sense a little bit. Like I was another Grimer. Grimer posted the pristine 10 Trikachu yesterday for $22.50. And I came close to buying that because I absolutely love that card. But I decided to hold off and wait a bit longer to see if pricing came down with the like the 30th anniversary set and people forgetting about Ascended. But yeah, I don't know. I think I part of me thinks it's crazy. Part of me gets it and can still like buy cards for expensive amounts of money without thinking too much. But then another part is also the money that I would buy that card from also came from Pokemon cards that I've sold. So it's not like I'm working a normal job and using money from my normal job to buy these cards. So it might be a little bit different than your average consumer.
Yeah, it's house money. Oh, to think like there's a lot of people that go to work all day. Like there are probably more than 100 million Americans that go to work all day long, and their net take home is not $80, and that's what it costs to grade one card. That's what it costs to open one ETB. Oh, like not even a better set ETB. That's like one of the cheaper ETBs that are only 50% above MSRP. That's it's such an expensive hobby. And if I was directly trading hours into consuming and never selling, oh man, I mean my original budget for all this stuff was $5,000, and that felt like a lot. But back then that got a lot. $5,000 today.
Yeah, that's not
too much.
That it's the same thing with me and my mom talk about this all the time, because she's one that, oh, it's $100, that's a lot of money. And I keep telling her $100 is like the new 20. It's wild.
We can't go out to dinner for $100 barely.
Yeah.
I mean, fast food and whatever, we definitely can, but many places that we go to dinner now, family of 4, it's $100. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Can't walk into a grocery store without spending $400.
Exactly. Even just for myself, it's $100, $200.
See, your wife thought that, but she was correct, because you should have started with 4,000. I mean, think how much richer you'd be. She was correct that you were an idiot, but it was for having too little when she thought it was too much. Ern's favorite Palmon is the sniper rifle. I
don't know anything about this.
I never played the game. I've heard it described as Pokemon with guns. Are the guns actually guns, or are they like creatures? Like are they part? I don't even know. I feel like I watched a tiny bit of gameplay, but I can't remember. I think it's just like an open world. Are they shooting each other? Are you shooting them? I don't even know what happens.
I have no idea. I have zero clue. You're asking the wrong person.
How much seed money do you think you would need to start today and scale quickly? I think either of those amounts are suitable. 20K, 50K. I think 5K is suitable. I don't think that any floor amount is needed. Now, if you say open an LGS, if you say something specific, sure, I might have a more rigid number to give. But like, if you're just starting an eBay side hustle, if you're just starting a little vending adventure side hustle, whatever, 5K, you could go set up at a local show for $25 and make a couple $100. I mean, maybe make $1,000. Like, so any amount is fine. But if you're doing it to open a shop, if you're doing it to go full time, like that's a different conversation. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know, to see, because he said scale quickly. I don't know if you could do that with any amount. I think you do, especially with how now it's getting a little bit easier. But back a month ago, it was really tough to buy any type of collection. So I do think 20 to 50 would be a really solid amount that you could start off with and scale pretty quickly with that.
See, I mean, the less you start with, the easier it is to scale. Because I mean, if you start with $100, it's easier to turn 100. It's easier to 100x $100 to 10,000 than it is to 100x 10,000 to $1 million. You'll do that one quicker. So how are you defining scaling? And I know I'm getting very nitpicky over details, but no, I think any amount is fine and workable. The more the better, naturally. But yeah, if I've said it a bunch, and it's very true. If I started today as I did 14 years ago with 5K, new to the hobby, I would learn faster. I would have access to so much more information. I would have access to so much more liquidity. I would turn my 5K, like year one, assuming I was starting in January, I would sell $1 million probably, starting with 5K. That is how hard we're booming. It took me years to scale to that, and I'm talking full time. But I truly think, I feel like this is a hot take. I feel like most people would disagree. I think January 1st being full time in 1 year, you could start with 5K cash. You could end the year having grossed $1 million, having netted over 100K, and having a couple $100,000 in inventory. Am I crazy for thinking that? Do you think you
I
could do
think
that?
you are. I think you are.
You'd have to
That's
crush
a lot for a year.
You'd have to crush. Like you'd have to have all the knowledge, this would not be a fresh person, but the right person. And I'm talking putting in 80, 100-hour weeks, like many people are. Many people are putting in 80, 100-hour weeks right now. I'm not, but what do you think you could do? All your knowledge, all your experience, all your access to your platforms and relationships and everything you have, which obviously, I guess I am assuming that you have some networking and stuff going on. That's not like starting from scratch, to be fair. But say you got thrown into the world January 1st, old school Pokemon with 5K in his hand. What would you end the year with? Gross and net.
I think
working 100-hour weeks, like grinding.
I think you can probably get maybe half. I think halfway. I think 500,000 in sales would be a really big accomplishment. I think that'd be doable, but that'd be something to be like super proud of. I think $1 million. I think that's wild.
I gotta sneeze.
Oh boy.
Part of me wanted to say 500K, and I'm always way too bearish when it comes to Pokemon, so I just double it. That's why I went to $1 million. Million is like monkey brain round number. I like the round number. So yeah, I doubled it. I didn't want to be as bearish as I have been, but you would literally be 100-hour weeks. You'd be vending every weekend. You would be buying, selling. You would be grading. Wouldn't be a huge portion of that. It couldn't really be, but no. I think it could be done. It would be an impossible experiment to run because anybody capable, why would you handicap yourself into only working with 5K, right? Like no one's ever going to test that out. But I think a guy, RJ's Collectibles. Have you ever watched his videos on YouTube? It's like a 20-year-old kid or whatever. He must buy. I think he buys for power packs, but every weekend he's spending hundreds of thousands. So that first weekend he would. That's just a cheat code too. He could buy slabs at 90%. He probably sells them in at 95, 100%. And the first weekend, one show, he could turn $5,000 into 15 probably. Just flip it over multiple times. That's assuming like he has the direct funnel and getting the cash back immediately. But and one aspect of that too, if you have 5K cash, if I could start over and if I was taking on this challenge, leverage would be a portion. I mean, I guess everyone's situation is going to be different, but depending on who you were, I think probably everyone has a 5K credit card limit. Some people might have 10, 15, 25K credit card limit. So 5K cash.
That's the cheating way to answer.
I mean,
because originally you said you have 5K with all your connections and your business. So okay, now you have a $255,000 limit because you got a $250,000 line of credit.
We're not counting lines of credit. That's getting too crazy.
That's a credit card.
Then it's easy, but yeah, that's depending on how you define the rules. It could be very, very difficult. Could be extremely easy. No shot. You hit 1 mil with 5K starting. Walrus, come on! I've got my $250,000 line of credit.
Yeah, exactly.
You play to win the game. Dan, it's ridiculous. Can't feed a family of 4 for under $100 while ordering 12 IPAs with his meal. I really don't drink aside from when I'm with my Poke friends. You guys are all my D-Gen friends. I guess I have like a like a fantasy football league. I drink when I go do my draft. I'm gonna miss my draft this year. We do an in-person draft, and they're doing it when I'm in Charlotte, which sucks.
Oh, that's coming
yeah,
up soon. I
it's
didn't
coming
even
up
think
real
about
soon.
that. Maybe
that's
exciting.
That's coming up real soon. Oh, and Earn said it's actually Pokemon with guns plus Minecraft, Rust, Ark, base building, and survival. I've played Minecraft. I've heard of the other two, but I've never played them. But I do know Minecraft pretty well.
Huh. Okay.
Have you played Minecraft?
A very little bit. I'm not creative enough to build stuff and do all that. I don't know how people do that.
I don't build anything fancy. My initial goal was just I want to go defeat the Ender Dragon. So I built a couple little cities and got all my townspeople going. I got all my stuff enchanted and yeah. Which I had to look everything up. I didn't know how to do anything. But my son, I had to ask him a bunch of stuff too, because he knew a lot of it from watching YouTube. We were talking about Pal World, yeah. Pokeflipz coming soon. Starting with 5K and assuming you have all of your knowledge but none of your connections, what do you think scales fastest? Grading, vending, streaming, or eBay TCG player? Vending and streaming, I think.
Ooh. Definitely not grading. No. I would say vending is by far number one.
Vending, streaming, eBay.
I don't know. I think I would put eBay and TCG player over streaming, especially in the beginning because you only have 5K, so you can't afford to take those losses. I think I would go vending, eBay, and then streaming.
I think the best answer though is like some of all four. Like when you buy a binder and it's got that just Omega Grail. It's got a Charizard that you know is going to 10. It's got a Bubble Mew that you know is going to 10. Like you've got to grade a little bit. And maybe that's not with your first 5K. Maybe that's the 5th time that you flip it over and you're working with 20, 25K or whatever. Garen says, I took 5K and rolled it into CGC Fanatics starting in March, and you've paid me a good amount so far this year. It can be done. I don't know if Garen wants to be...
Is it a million or is it doing well?
Oh, I don't know if Garen wants to be a guinea pig, but Zorner likes being memed on in office hours about his CGC Fanatics thing. But I'm looking at the numbers that I paid. I don't know what his cost is on the cards, but yeah, Garen's doing numbers. Garen's doing numbers through CGC Fanatics.
Awesome.
I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say any, but Garen, let me know if I'm allowed to say any, and then I can pump you up. There you go. See? Just spend 80K on Dan's Mega Stream every month at 70% and sell it back to him for 80%. See, that's an easy 8K net profit right there.
There we go.
If you spent 5K on Mario Pika's off the rip, you'd be cooking. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Similar to sports, do you think we will ever have a company that creates a TCG news network with daily news segments that is curated and professional? When is this possible? So like an ESPN all day, 24/7, 365. Just
no,
like instead, and I think that's going backwards, right? You've got YouTube, you've got like all these different things. Every second of every day, there is Pokemon content being uploaded. Yeah, I think going to a I see Garen just hopped into his sheet. You can see on Google when other people are in the same document. I'm not going to screen share it either because everyone's document has like personal information at the top. But yeah, what was I saying?
ESPN 24/7.
Oh yeah.
YouTube.
Like just think of all the different ESPN segments they have. It would be interesting. It would be interesting if they had Sports Center top 10 would be the top 10 sales of the last day, and like there would always be something to talk about. One thing that's funny too,
See, I don't think there would be.
Well, YouTubers do it already, so like it's already happening. Whether or not it would be entertaining to you and you'd watch it, that's a different story. But like there's one thing that I find funny is like sometimes people will complain about the Pokemon space. It's the same people talking about the same things, and it's the same people talking about the same things with respect to different sets on different days. Things change. And like football is a game that's played 2 teams and 32 teams in the league, and that gets 24/7 365 coverage. Football is not being played today, but there's a free agent, and there's is this guy going to re-sign, and some guy just had a bad camp, and some guy, like, there's always something being talked about by all these leagues, and that's just people playing a sport. That's people playing a game, right? And that stuff gets 24/7 365. It's and a lot of times it's the same thing. It's the same thing done on a different day, right? It's a different game. Every time a Moonbreon auctions, it's a different game for the Moonbreon, right? I guess it's less exciting and interesting than a sporting event, but so it could happen. I don't think it's gonna come though, because like the content's already being made, and as I said, I think that's a regression. I think it's going backwards, as far as like societally how we demand our consumption to go. TikTok brains, all that stuff.
Yeah. No, I just don't. I don't think there's enough to. I don't even have a video idea once a week. I don't know how. Maybe it's just me. I don't know how people do it.
All you need to do is like just pull up a TCG player chart, and you could literally talk about ETB prices only every day. You could talk about this ETB did this ETB did that. You could do that with ETBs. You could do that with slabs. You could do that with booster boxes. Like, it would not be the channel for me. I wouldn't want to make it, but it's already happening. Like, there are people that do that. There are so many websites and so many apps. It's crazy how much content there is out there right now.
There is a lot.
What would you do if you had to start with 5K? Dan, take out a look. I mean, and this is said by conservative Dan, who's financially responsible, in the buckets and blah, 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 blah. My buckets are for me at 36 years old in my current living situation. If I was, I got to show them when I talk about them. If I was starting over and if I was 2014 and say I was a bachelor, no wife, no kids, I would be shunning Roth IRA. I would be shunning 401k. I would probably take the bare minimum. Yes. I think I mentioned making a video on it at some point, and then I never did it. But like, if I was 20 years old in this market, fresh out of high school, fresh out of college, whatever, I would go degen. I probably wouldn't save anything at all, because if I had an employer match, yes, I would take the minimum on that. But I wouldn't save anything to a 401k. If my net worth is under 50 grand and I've only got 5 or 10k liquid to put into Pokemon inventory, I'm not putting 5k and 7k, whatever the annual limit is, 7 or 8,000. I'm not putting that in the S&P 500, when like the only reason I'm doing that is because it's excess capital that's being kicked off by the business at this point. But yeah, you'd be crazy. Like, if you were starting over and you only had 5k, in my opinion, you would be crazy to not seek interest-free loans via credit cards and things like that. But
I'm surprised to hear that from you.
Yeah, I think
it makes sense, but Mr. Always talking about your buckets, it's very unlike you over there.
That's the thing. That's for me. I think that's why I need to make the video at some point. I think people get lost. People think that when I talk about the buckets, people think that I'm telling others to do that. I'm telling people what I'm doing and why. That's literally what my whole channel is. I'm not like that is not my advice for anybody. I think there are some people, the worst thing they could do is lock away $7,000 for the next 50 years. It's actually crazy for some people to do it in certain situations. A lot of people that are not well capitalized in the Pokemon space, I think would be crazy for having 401ks and IRAs. Absolutely.
No, I do agree with that.
Power Playback Collectible says, I basically started from scratch again in Q4 2025. I don't want to use real numbers, but a little more than 3x my initial investment in 9 months, which in terms of what you guys are talking isn't good.
Aww. Way to make him feel like shit.
Why is no one saying theft? That has helped me scale to 1.2 times my size. PCG doesn't scan the slabs. That's dark. So you can't do like a card uploader with them.
That is annoying. That is definitely annoying.
Garen says I'm free to use his numbers. 2,400 cards graded. 2,400 cards graded. And one thing too. So I've paid out over 50 grand. Again, I have no idea. No. The cards could have costed 80 grand. He could be down 30K. The cards could have costed 5 grand. He could be up 45K. I have no clue. But like the gross on that, if I sum up, well, that's the payout. Hold on, I summed.
Yeah, can you do just what they sold for? Not taking out grading fees and all that.
So the total sale price of that, I would have guessed it was going to be higher than that, but 100,000. Total sale price is 100,000. So yeah, that's $40 a card on average. That's actually about what my overall average is. I guess that makes sense. But yeah,
Aaron, that's awesome.
That's something. And again, I'm biased. I make money when you
submit through that's really good.
That's huge. And no, what I was gonna say, like that's not active time significantly. So if you're buying binders, if you're buying collections on eBay, whatever, if you're vending, it takes work. You have to source the card, you have to pre-grade it, you have to send it. But once you're done with that, there's no packing orders, there's no customer service. It's literally insert pre-graded cards that you sourced and pre-graded, and then remove money. I have many anecdotes of consigners that are absolutely crushing. And Garen, I actually see you are ACH. I need to get your ACH initiated before 7, so you get it tomorrow. I haven't paid you yet. But yeah, I have a lot of consigners who have sent thousands of cards, and yeah, I don't know what their cost basis is on the cards, but like from everything I see and the fact that they keep submitting, there's quite a few people crushing with it for sure.
Do you keep a running total of how many cards you've graded, like consigned, that people have used through Fanatics?
Yeah.
Can you share
it? I'm assuming you want the number.
Yeah, I'd just be curious.
I think I have one place that has them all. The problem is it breaks spreadsheets. So Google can only go to like 10 million cells or something. And I've broken that limit.
10 million cards?
I've broken that limit. Well, cells, not rows. Cells.
Oh, okay.
The sheets are very wide too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of columns. So we're just about to crack 100,000, and this is not everything either. This is everything back to. I only have back to. I think because the sheet broke, I archived. Where did I archive them? This isn't everything though either. I've archived multiple times. So 100,000 plus 40,000 is what I can see.
Wow. I had no idea.
The scale is crazy. Every week, every week it's like 4,000 or 5,000 cards. That's the current rate. So yeah, this year it will be a couple 100,000 cards through CGC Fanatics. Yeah, it's nuts.
Oh, come on.
Aim for CGC 10 pristine. Settle for CGC 4.5. CGC Fanatics cooks for me, but the cash flow ain't too healthy for you, boy.
I like
how long you get to pay.
Jed's comment over there. I hate Google Sheets. Run a multi-million-dollar business, can't afford to pay for Microsoft Excel.
No, Google Sheets is nice because with Microsoft Excel, I can't expect my hundreds of consigners to all pay for Microsoft Excel. So the nice thing is it's something everyone has, and it's secure. Like I don't need to worry about sniping anyone, because Google is very secure. I share it with a Google email address. So like I don't need to worry about doing anything bad with people's data. which makes me feel warm and fuzzy. And yeah, they are kind of, I need to find better ways to make them auto format for the consigner. The thing I tell people to do with the assistance of ChatGPT, it would be easy to. Everyone could create a dashboard of their own if they desired to. With ChatGPT, say, hey, here's a sheet that this balding man shared with me for my CGC fanatics. Make it pretty, make it a dashboard. Import this, and I've talked with many people who've done that because it's kind of dark, but like I get it, but I don't get it either. I've had people say, Dan, can you make this column wider? Can you do this? Can you do that?
Oh God.
No, certain titles go longer. I've had people say they want columns wider so that they can see the whole title. And I've had certain people say they want the columns smaller so that it fits on their screen. It's like, buy a bigger screen, or minimize,
or
control
download it
minus.
so you can adjust it yourself.
Or do anything except. And I try to not be mean, but it's like, no, I cannot take minor formatting requests from all my consigners. It would be impossible. And the tools are there for people to make it as pretty as they want. Literally the same way that I export my tab into their sheet, they can do that into their own workbook, and then they can do all their own numbers. I've actually seen people who showed me like all the charts and all the graphs and all the things that they've created within their own. It's kind of cool. Mr. Kite said, I spent around 850 on the sub and raw cards and made about 3K plus net.
Sweet.
Love to see it.
That's
Love
awesome.
to see it. I tracked my last CGC sub to Dan and ran a little experiment. Went to a local card show 2 days, 1 weekend, and picked up raw cards pre-grading there. So yeah, I mean,
nice.
Figure, and maybe they did really well. Maybe that's not super replicable every weekend, but like demonstration right there. 2 days, 1 weekend. Be like, add in pre-grading, add in time going. Say it's 30 hours. 30 hours is probably very highballing it. 3K net. 3K net, that's $100 an hour. More likely, it was probably hundreds of dollars an hour.
Yeah.
I stopped using Dan's services when he refused to work with me. He knows I do all my accounting in Microsoft Paint. Oh God. Let me see. Football is being played today, Daniel. It is coming soon, very, very soon. Let's see. Yeah, naturally, people are going to talk about things that they have interest in. And one bit of feedback that some people give in a negative fashion that I don't really agree with or understand. Oh, well, they're just talking about that because they have a lot of it. Well, if they're documenting like their journey through the TCG space and what they're doing, naturally, it's like if your channel is following what you're doing and you buy a lot of something, you kind of need to talk about that, right? And you're buying it because you like it, and then you're talking about it and telling people that you like it because you bought a bunch of it and you like it's like a loop of obviousness, and people, oh, they're just shilling. It's like they like something, they put their money where their mouth is, and then they're talking about it. It's really weird when people like, you're not allowed to. What am I supposed to do then? Super chat. Dan, can you explain how it works if we consign cards to get you graded by CGC and sold? Yes. Shoot me a DM or an email too. I don't have these public facing anywhere currently. Sorry, Nick, you're getting pulled into a CGC Fanatics ad.
No.
Where do I have it? Here. So those are the rates. You can pause, you can screenshot if you need to, and that's all the information.
Why don't you have that post on your Instagram? Post it on your Instagram. Anything.
So the biggest reason, multiple reasons. The biggest reason was months ago, I was worried my sheets would break, but I've got my sheets in a lot better spot now for scale. I was worried that we would backlog CGC Fanatics. Now I feel less worried about that. But another thing too, right now I charge $850. Prices are probably increasing next month. I don't want to advertise a ton at $850 and then have to go to $1250 or something. I'm waiting until I hear what the price increase is, and I'm gonna make a video and I'm gonna talk about it. But basically, you send me, hey Dan, I've got tracking number XYZ, 50 cards, and then I give you sub number ABC. You put that in your package, and then you ship it to the vault at the address at the bottom. 4 to 6 weeks, they get graded, and then they're sold. I front the grading fees. So some people ask me too, like, what's the benefit of doing this? So there's pros and cons, and I'll cover this all in a video at some point. But if you send to me, they all have to be auctioned. You can send through Fanatics by yourself, $10 a card by yourself. So you're paying $1.50 more a card, but you get more freedom. One of my most common questions, Dan, if I get a pristine that I really like, can I take it back? No, they all go to auction. So yeah, they all have to be auctioned in one block. If you do it on your own, you can do buy it nows. You can do auctions across multiple blocks. So there's pros and cons to it. But the biggest pro is I front the grading fees. So if you're cash restricted, and you want to send 500 cards on your own account, you'd have to have $5,000 for the grading fees that you pay before they go to auction. I pay those up front, and then I take them back out of the proceeds when they sell. But I have had people owe me money too. Months ago, I used to say that nobody's ever owed me money. Multiple people have owed me money. So they send 100 cards. They auction them all, and then all of them get paid, and the sheet shows negative $50. I've had a couple. So I don't know what the cost of the cards were. Maybe they were $50 in cards. Maybe they were $500 in cards. I don't think the latter. I think more the former. But I've had people sell me money after their consignment was done. Because they
depressing.
I've done limit testing too. I've sent some dark stuff. One of them was so dark that they didn't even grade them. I think they assumed that I sent something wrong because they literally didn't even. I opened 30 packs. I opened 30 packs of like 151 of Evolving Skies. I sent every card, non-holo commons and uncommons. I sent everything. They received it, and they like quarantined them. They're like, surely this guy did not mean to send these for CGC Fanatics. I wanted to get a bunch of low pops. But anyways, I think the most anyone has owed was like $50 or something, maybe $100. I can't remember, but some people have submitted to me 50 times, and some of their individual submissions lost money, but like overall they've never paid me.
He also wants to know if he can send other cards.
Everything that CGC Fanatics does. Yes, sports, Dragon Ball, Riftbound, Lorcana, One Piece, Yu-Gi-Oh. I've gotten a little bit of everything. 90+% is Pokemon. But yeah. Let's see. Oh, and Ghetto says that response was to why a TCG News network unbiased as possible could be cool. That's the thing. Nothing is unbiased. You turn on any, whether you're watching CNN or Fox News or whatever, everything is biased. Everything is biased towards keeping your attention and making money off of you. Your attention is the payment that you're giving to them, and it's extremely valuable. So yeah, no matter what you're watching. I mean, ESPN is trying to sell you on downloading and installing DraftKings and FanDuel and Kalshi and all these different things. Like, nothing is unbiased. They're going to report things in a way that increase your consumption of their product and hopefully get you to engage with their affiliates and advertisers. Yeah, that could be done. That's probably a shout for sure. There's arguments to both sides. I think some people irrationally fear ending an auction on a non-Sunday. In this market, tell me if you think I'm wrong, Nick. If you auctioned 50 gray felt hats and you had one end on Sunday at 8 p.m. and you had the other 50 end randomly, if you ended one on Tuesday at 3:47 a.m., you're going to get plus or minus 5%, like 5 to 10% plus or minus on all of them, regardless of when they end. That's Pokemon. That's this market. I think that's less so for Yu-Gi-Oh! And some of the other ones that were mentioned. But in this market, people way overthink ending time, I think.
100%. Look at Ryan's Card House ends all his consignments on Wednesday night. And he just posted something 15 million 90-day total. Crazy.
Oh, he posted that on Instagram?
Yeah.
I don't know if I follow him. I'll have to follow him. That's crazy. I love seeing big numbers.
Wild.
15. We actually just crossed. Let me share our little milestone. Feels like nothing now. But we just crossed a milestone for the humble fisherman.
The humble fisherman.
We got a whole crew. As long as nobody texts me, let me airplane mode. I've been given that advice. Dan, don't show your phone. What happens when someone calls or texts?
I've never even thought about that. Well, what kind of
I didn't
text
either
are you
someone said
getting
it, but
over there that you need to worry about that? Hey, there we go.
2 commas. 2 commas in that 90 day.
Nice.
We're booming. Yep, the mega. We went into the mega with a $950,000 90 day. And we were going to do 100K, so it was inevitable. It was going to happen. But yeah, it was cool to do it. My first in-person stream on eBay Live.
Sweet.
Which would you rather do for a whole day? Walk with your shoes tied together or eat with your hands behind your back?
Ooh. Definitely eat with my hands behind my back.
I mean, I don't leave the house, so I rarely put on shoes. So
that's what I was thinking.
It's kind of cheating, but yeah, eating with your hands tied behind your back, you just need to pick the right foods for that. If I can set the menu, that's not even that bad. I mean, you can just do breakfast smoothie. What's the easiest to eat? I had pizza for lunch today. You wouldn't want to do pizza. You wouldn't want to do chicken wings. I had those last night.
Chicken wings would be terrible.
But you could do like nuggets and fries.
Yeah, nuggets,
get some tendies.
Mm-hmm.
Tendies and fries. There's a lot of stuff you could just easily scoop with your face. If I was actually doing something outside, if I was going to the zoo, I was going to say the water park. You don't wear shoes at the water park. But if I was going to an amusement park, that would be a big detriment to have your shoes tied together, unless I could get really long special laces for them. But my stride is very long, so like having my shoes tied together would be very detrimental.
Yeah, that does not sound fun.
Easy face eating. You could just do 3 smoothies if you wanted to. Smoothie, milkshake, smoothie again.
There we go.
Literally describing CNBC. Yeah. If there was a 24/7 365 channel for it all, you would have segments that were gameplay related. You would have segments that were lore related. You would have, like you could cover all aspects of it, all the different games. It would be extremely easy, I think, to fill that out with content. Literally, the content is being made every day. How many hours? There's probably hundreds of hours of PokeTube uploaded to YouTube every day, and you only need 24. So
yeah, it is wild how much content gets uploaded every single day.
It's like hours every second or something, isn't it?
I was watching something about like there's so many racks of data that gets added into YouTube every single day. It was a crazy number. I forget what it was now.
Yeah, so quick Google, not vetted or anything. There are 6 hours of YouTube videos uploaded every second.
That's insane.
Every second.
Insane.
So every minute there's 360 hours of video uploaded. Obviously that's not all PokeTube, sadly. But I think you could find 24 hours of PokeTube for sure. But I just think, yeah, I guess unless you tie it to YouTube TV or whatever, Netflix, and there's so many different subscription services. We need cable to make a comeback. It just bundles everything together. It bundles your Hulu and your Disney Plus and your for the low fee of $500 a month. You just get everything. Good luck tying these Crocs together. I keep those bad boys in sports mode. Yeah, I usually am wearing like my sandals. I wear my sandals around the house.
You wear your sandals inside?
Just in well, in my office, in my basement, in my garage and stuff. But
You don't just wear socks?
No. Usually I'm just
What?
barefoot.
You always have shoes on?
No, I'm just barefoot.
Ew, that's a word. Yeah, no. You walk around your house barefoot?
You don't walk around your house barefoot?
No.
I hate wearing socks. I only put on, well, if I'm in someone else's house, I leave my socks on. I'm not an animal. But in my house, come on, what are we doing? Let us know in chat and in the comments afterwards. Are we really wearing socks in our own houses? That's kind of wild to me.
Yes. That's so weird you don't wear socks.
I used to drive my wife crazy because I'd just take off my socks wherever when I got home from work, and they'd just be lost everywhere. Now Dan was married barefoot. I wish. My kids are just like me. They'll get in from school and they'll just throw their socks wherever they are. Drives my wife crazy. But I'm good with mine now. Nice thing about me is like I just don't put them on. I guess I do run to the post office every day, but I have a designated spot. It's funny. This sounds so bad when I say it, but I'll give context as to why it's not. I'll wear the same pair of socks. This is gonna get clipped out of context. I'll wear the same pair of socks for a week or 2 weeks because I literally I put it on. I go to the post office. I come back from the post office. I take them off and I put them in the same spot. They live there for like a week, probably a week, and then they get tossed. If I ever go out, if we go out to dinner, if I go do something, if I go touch grass, they'll be taken off and put in the thing and get washed that day, obviously. But there's a lot of times where I've got my post office socks that they get 30 minutes of use across the week. That's low. A couple hours of use across the week.
Mm-hmm.
No shoes allowed. What? Oh, Brad's in here. Brad's adding that one. Brad's adding that one to his video library of me. Socks is a Westerner thing. Dan's house smells like feet confirmed. No, it smells like dogs and cats. Throw them socks away, Dan. With that though, ending on wearing socks for a week. Anything else to add in closing? We are going to be wrapping up soon. I'll have to give my dog did just wake up recently. I'll have to get her on screen.
Oh, let's do the dog reveal for you.
She's been on before. It's been a bit though. She's big. Oh, Copper.
Oh, see, she's a lap dog.
Hey, puppy. Yeah, she fits perfect. We'll have to get her takes on the next pod. Have her on the whole time.
There we go.
She's got an underbite, so her teeth are like always sticking out. But let her see Lexi. Let's have Copper and Lexi do the next one.
I gotta go get Lexi. Hold on.
Oh, she's out. Yeah, we need to have the double dog. Dan visibly wiggles his toes when excited. Confirmed. Here we go. We got another barefoot guy.
Look, it's another puppy.
Copper.
Look.
Who's that? Copper, who's that? You see Lexi?
Not even looking.
Not too interested. They're not too interested. But yeah, with that, Pokeflipz has come to an end. You have anything to add in closing or no?
No, thanks everyone for watching. Do appreciate it. 2 weeks from now, we'll definitely have the keys to the shop.
That's exciting.
So that'll be exciting. Next Pokeflipz, we will definitely have the keys to the shop. We'll be in the process of moving on in.
You're gonna stream in there, right? Are you gonna do flips from within there in the future?
Maybe like a special. Well, I guess because it'll be Thursdays. So yeah, we'll definitely do flips in there. Streaming will be like sometimes. This will also be streaming in here.
But yeah, with that, we appreciate everyone as always. Thanks, chat, for hanging out. We will catch you all later. If I can click this button.
See you later.